State Champs Score is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza. Also brought to you by Lawrence Technological University, Alta Equipment Company, Michigan High School Athletic Association, and the Construction Association of Michigan.
Welcome into the State Champs Studios for another edition of State Champs Score. My name is Ryan Slocum, joined as always by the former Detroit Lions tight end Rob Rubick. Rob, we are already halfway through the MHSAA football season. Hard to believe September's just about done. Big time matchups here with conference implications here in week 5.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of great games tonight, and hopefully they get to the final minute like they did last week. We had 3 of them. We're trying to get to all of them to see the climaxes of the game. But I'm most excited about, we're heading to the UP. We got Houghton, Menominee, the Maroons taking on the Gremlins. So it's a long ways to go. It's a great time to get it because the snow hasn't fallen yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to take you all over the state. As Rob said, we're going to the west side. We're going to Jackson, all over Metro Detroit. And yes, to the UP. We'll have a report from Houghton. In fact, we have reporters all around the state, and we will take you to them, beginning with a battle in the KLAA West. Northville taking on Brighton. Definitely a champion could come out of this game right here. Our Lauren Plant is there, and he has a quick report for us. Hey, Lauren.
Well, hey, good evening, guys, from Brighton. This is a KLAA West clash with serious playoff implications. Northville 4-0, out for revenge after last year's heartbreaking double overtime loss to the Bulldogs. Brighton's won 3 straight, brings a really stingy defense, allowing just 7 points total in their last 3 games. Really 2 strong offenses, 2 good defenses, 2 tested quarterbacks. It is a massive matchup tonight, and what's interesting is Durkach, the quarterback for Northville, made his debut last year as a junior against Brighton. He is now a senior full-time captain. Just to get you updated on what's taking place here with about 2.5 left to go in the first quarter, Northville had a nice drive going early. They fumbled the snap. Brighton took it back. They got to about midfield on 4th and 1, went for it. Northville got the stop. It's now the Mustangs with the rock here as they approach the red zone. Back to you guys.
Appreciate that, Lauren. We'll be checking in with him and many others throughout the night right here on State Champs Score. If it's your very first time checking in with us, thank you, first of all, for being here with us. And what we're going to do, it's kind of like when your team gets in the scoring area, when they get in the red zone, we're going to take you to that game so you can see what's going on. And as we bounce around from 12 different games around the state, Rob.
Yeah, we have some good ones. I'm looking at the bottom left here right now. You got Divine Child and Jackson Lumen Christie playing in Jackson. Divine Child now is going to have to settle for a long field goal attempt. They got inside the red zone, but this drive stalled. And Christie was able to take their touchdown in the first quarter as well on their opening drive and take it the distance.
Yeah, a couple of big ones. You see up there in the top left, East Kentwood in Caledonia going at it. Rob, you got some action over there.
Yeah, it looks like Divine Child made the long field goal, so cut it to a 7-3 lead. The bottom right is an interesting one, too. That's a really cool old stadium. I believe that's Port Huron, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you have the Battle of the Blue Water Bridge going on. You got the Huskies of Port Huron Northern against the Redhawks of Port Huron, and it's homecoming for Northern.
And what's interesting in the game we just left, Jackson Lumen Christie taking on Dearborn Divine Child. Divine Child had not given up a single point all season. One of only 2 teams in the entire state. They are now down 7-3, first time all year.
Now, one in the upper left, that's going to be a game we're going to keep an eye on. That's up in Clarkston. Adams, coached by Tony Petrito, and also you have Clarkston with Justin Pinter. These are 2 of the powers in the Oakland County Conference, and every year they seem to battle to have wonderful games. So we're going to get an inside look here tonight. We'll probably see that a lot, and that is our state champs game of the week as well. We're going to have Sean Belizean is there along with Grant Perry, Colin. We'll check in with them now and then. And listen to the great pipes of Shawnee B.
Absolutely. We'll be checking in with them throughout the night. Clarkston marched right down the field on their opening possession. Huge chunk plays we were checking out on their opening drive to take that 7-0 lead.
And then we have a battle of Grand Rapids down here. Caledonia on the outskirts of Grand Rapids taking on East Kentwood. Caledonia really had a good team last year, great quarterback, moved on. So it's kind of interesting to see how they're going to regroup And what a test. When you take in the Falcons of East Kentwood, they will give you all the tests you need.
Yeah, Caledonia coming in at 2-2. This is an okay Red Conference battle. East Kentwood started 3-0, but they lost their first game last week to Rockford 21-14. So, you know, they're looking to get back in that win column this week. Grosse Pointe South in Roseville is the game now in your top left. Checking in with them for the first time tonight. We have a reporter at that game as well, Kadarius Flowers. We'll be checking in with him throughout the evening. Grosse Pointe South coming in 4-0. Roseville, Panthers are 3-1 on the season. And we heard from Lauren Plant earlier, Northville and Brighton. Big time battle in the KLAA West.
And just for you know, Northville is in the bottom left. They're in the white with the black pants and black helmet. Brighton, which is usually orange, the Bulldogs, but it's a pink out night, so they have on their alternate pink uniforms. Celebrating or promoting more breast cancer awareness, getting it out to the people, let them know, and the schools behind it. So
doing it a week early, actually. Breast Cancer Awareness Month starts just coming up here. Our sponsors at Hungry Howie's always do the pink box specials, so go check them out. As we see, that has now gone to the second quarter. We got zeros on the board.
Churchill and Stevenson in the upper left. Right now, in the red zone, maybe we can we go big on that and get a look here as they try to punch it into the end zone.
There you
First
see
thing I want to do is get oriented here with the color of uniforms.
Yep, here we go. Alrighty, 14-0. Stevenson with the lead, but
14-7.
Excuse me, if they're looking to tie it up right here.
So Stevenson in the powder blue.
Yep, they struck first.
And Churchill in the white with the red numbers.
Yeah, so it's Churchill now, Rob. They got it down there at the 3. And they're spreading them out.
Spreading them out. Now, a lot of times you see this, Ryan, you come back with a quarterback draw. They run the jet, and they have the quarterback. He gives it on the jet. Great job, huh? Stringing it out. That's almost one of you, the cue. They may run that again, but maybe have him read it and watch that defensive end. If he widens, pull it and just take it up the middle. So a good stop by Stevenson there.
Yeah, Joseph Galante there to make that stop. Go to the double box now. Oxford and Lake Orion. That's another one we're going to be checking in on all night long. They're playing for the Double O Trophy, Rob.
This is the Battle of North Oakland County. I'm from Lapeer, and this is just south of me, Oxford. They were for years played Lapeer East, Lapeer West. They were one of the rivals. Bud Raleigh was the coach there, and then just a few years ago, Zach Line took over, but Zach is now left and headed to the NFL. We get a touchdown.
That is Braylon Hall with the touchdown. So we're going to be evened up, see here after the extra point. Yeah, Zach Line with the Broncos now, I believe.
Boy, that's an entertaining 14 points after the conversion, each team in the first quarter. Could be who can hold serve here, keep scoring, and whoever has the ball last.
Defense optional night so far over there in the Battle of Livonia. And we'll see if they're going to kick this away. It does look like that will be the case. Looking to even this thing up at 14 apiece.
I'm looking at the big board to the right. We've got the fellas over there working hard. Sometimes these games don't cooperate with us and get to the red zone, so we're looking for somebody who's getting close to the red zone. The game we're going to come to a lot and look at is the Lumen Christi and Divine Child. You talked about this Divine Child defense not allowing the points in the first 4 weeks, which is unparalleled. But now Christi already was 7 on the board, and it looks like they're moving a little bit. Not in the red zone yet. That's in the bottom right, but they're approaching midfield.
Well, Rob, you said it from the very first week. We've had Lumen Christi a couple of times now, and rightfully so, 3-time defending state champions. They'll play anybody, man. They don't care who it is. They play them.
Yeah, they play up. Now, I'm not sure. Division Divine Child, I think they're either 4 or 5. I'm not sure. If you get your notes out, Ryan, that's what you're here for. Where Christie has been 6 and 7, but they will play up all year long. So when Herb Brogan gets his team to the playoffs, they are battle tested.
Yeah, they've taken on and defeated Pontiac Notre Dame Prep, last
Defending
year's
state champion. Yep.
Already took them out. They did lose to Grand Rapids Catholic Central, who has won how many titles so far?
All right, we're going to get your direction to the attention to the upper right now. If we maybe you got East Kentwood in the red zone battling Caledonia. As I said, and the Falcons
They got
turn
that
the
fumble.
ball over. Wow, you get down to the red zone and you can't finish, and that's huge in a scoreless game.
Caledonia with the recovery there.
And we see Rochester Adams now trying to get into the red zone. Wow, nice
Bring
pitch and
that
catch.
in. Wow.
Attack the ball. Number 2 for Adams did a great job of going up, high pointing the ball. And now they are in the red zone, so we're going to get a chance. Maybe we can swing up to Clarkston, up to your direction, Flint area.
Yeah,
So,
it's getting there.
yeah, let's see
Just on
Adams
the
and
other side.
Clarkston. Let's see if Adams can finish this drive.
Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4th down throw right there. That's a big call and a big catch. Down to the 15-yard line. Highlanders with a 1st and 10. Waters sends a man in motion, looking over that defense. They're going to keep it on the ground. Sarter, not much room out there. Maybe up to about the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 2nd and 10.
Really good job there, number 42 on this Clarkson defense. Hunter Koff, the 6-foot junior, was able to read his key. He saw that the H-back scraped across the line of scrimmage. He reacted to the run, triggered right into the hole before that play could develop. Really good tackle there by the middle linebacker, number 42, Hunter Koff.
2nd and 10 for the Highlanders. They trail 7-0, but certainly threatening at the Wolf 15-yard line. Waters looking to that far sideline, awaiting that play call to come in. He's got 2 receivers split outside, 1 on the inside. Now a man in motion. They fake the jet. Keeper by Waters. He takes a big hit right about the line of scrimmage, but that big frame falls forward for a gain of 1, setting up a 3rd and 9 from the 14-yard line.
These linebackers for Clarkson have had their hands full thus far on this drive. We're getting a lot of quarterback read game where he's reading that defensive end. If he likes it, he'll pull it. And Hunter Koff, number 42, and number 22, Trey Setter, have been doing a good job on this drive of bringing down these hard runners.
3rd and 9. Let's see what they dial up here. 4 receiver set. Sarter stays in as the lone setback. Waters looking to that far sideline. They've got about 4 guys sending in plays.
Cameron DeWood right here. He's made 3 big catches thus far for this offense.
Let's see if he looks that way. DeWood now lining up near slot. The lefty rolls left, stops, throws to the end zone, got a man wide open. Touchdown. Great play call there. And the Highlanders get on the board, Grant.
Really good play, and it takes a level of experience there by the quarterback, Rylan Waters. And sometimes coaches will say, hey, don't throw across the line of scrimmage. Don't throw back across into that defense. But Rylan Waters has a really great chemistry with these receivers. You've seen it with Cameron Daywood. Now you see it with the senior Matt Tepner. Battled a lot of injuries here last year, but he's come on and been a real force on this offense. Really good throw, even better catch.
Yeah, Tepner, all he had to do was wait that one in as the snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. The lefty rolls left and then throws across his body. Nobody was there, Grant.
Nobody's there, and I'm sure the coaches are like, no.
How about that, Rob? They called it throwing across his body across the field. What do you see on that play? How did he get
Well,
so
I'm
low?
not even sure if it's just sometimes we call it a submarine pass where you take the strong side tight end, you roll that way, he blocks, and then just releases late behind the offensive lineman and crosses the other way. Or it's just sometimes coverage. You have a tendency to flow with the quarterback, and as the quarterback rolls that way, you flow with him, and the guy sneaks behind you, and it's a touchdown. But whatever it was, a nice job by Adams. Tony Petrito's got his team in, the Highlanders tie that game up. And now we got to look at Lumen Christie. We talked about this Divine Child defense in the bottom right. Christie in the green and gold. Now approaching the red zone on the 29-yard line. Herb Brogan trying to tack onto that lead a little bit. You look at that. See, that's big time. Ryan, you see that? Okay, I know. Look on that play right there. Lumen Christie, they got a one-on-one isolation outside with the wide receiver, and it's an automatic hot quarterback. Takes it, gets it to him in space. We can look at the replay. Look how quickly he gets the ball out. Gives him an opportunity to try to make a play, and it's really well executed by the offense, but pretty dang good job by the defense coming up and making an open field tackle as well.
Yeah, great play there. Lumen Christie has now moved into the red zone. Let's send it out to Lumen Christie and JTV.
Blake learned to make his way back and have an impact even more so. Love for this game that Lumen Christie has. He goes in motion after getting the big first down. There's the fullback dive, and it will be
That's Brennan Brogan on that play, getting the dive there.
rare spot for him, but we've seen him getting used a little bit more here in the second quarter.
He got some time at quarterback last week, and gets a chance at fullback there, taking the dive.
That was the big win last week against U of D Jesuit, 41-6. Second down for the Titans. Mind you, they started way back in their own territory at the start of the second quarter. They had one play to finish out the first, and they've held it since. We're halfway through. There's another big run to the outside. That one again by Johnny Walters. The Michigan Department of Corrections are bringing you tonight's game. At MDOC, we have good jobs for good people. Right now, we have immediate openings for corrections officer, healthcare, and mental health professionals, food service workers, and more, all right here in Jackson. Come join us and make a difference. Visit michigan.gov/MDOC jobs to learn more. That's the Michigan Department of Corrections, proud sponsor of JTV Sports.
Walters has really had a lot of success in this first half of this ball game. They've brought him really just using deception, bringing him on an end around a number of times, and that reverse has worked early on in this first half. Certainly something that Coach Laney and the Divine Child defense will be talking about, trying to stop as they go throughout this game.
Another handoff, this time to Sattler. It doesn't go anywhere for the most part, maybe a couple of yards, and we have a fourth down here and a decision for Lumen Christie.
There's no decision here. You're going to see a fourth down attempt by this offense trying to get the first down. This is absolutely four-down territory for Lumen Christie.
They need 4 yards. They've been able to have success on the outside with some quick throws, but also you mentioned those end-arounds with Walters and Gatewood, and there's some confusion here for Lumen Christie with the play clock.
Coach is going to let this clock roll down a little bit. I think he's going to wait till it hits 1 second, and he's going to take himself a timeout.
So they'll use their second timeout on this drive alone, and it will take us down to 5 minutes left in the first half.
Well, I tell you what, Lumen Christie, this is a big play coming up. We come back from their timeout. Maybe we could take a look at that, go big screen on it. But right now, we have East Kent and Caledonia where points are at a premium. Just not a lot of ball movement in that game. And up there, you see Adams and Clarkson, upper left, 7-7 tie, and South Lyon and Walled Lake Western.
Yeah, first time checking in with them. And as you can see, another pink out game.
So are they jumping the gun on the breast? You said it's October.
Yeah, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, South Lyon taking on Walled Lake Western. We do have a reporter there as well. Alex Johnson will fill us in on what's going on right now.
Hey guys, Alex Johnson checking in from the Walled Lake Western versus South Lyon game, and it's a great game on and off the field as the Warriors are hosting their Warriors for Warriors game. The game where they spread awareness for those fighting or that have fought against cancer. It's real early in the first quarter. Both teams are trying to find some ground. Quick 3 and out for South Lyon, and Walled Lake having a bit of struggle in their first opening drive, so definitely going to be a dogfight through and through. I'll let you guys know how it's going next time I check in. Back to you guys.
All right, appreciate that, Alex. Walled Lake Western coming in 3-1. South Lyon, the Lions, undefeated so far on the young season.
How clever.
Yeah, I don't know how they came up with
South
that.
Lyon, what could our nickname be? The Lions. I like it, yeah. Walled Lake in the pink with the blue W on their helmet. They're on offense right now, and South Lyon in the white with the kind of the blue and gold. A lot of blue and gold teams this when I was going through my notes, and Divine Child getting the ball back.
Well,
After, I don't know if I wasn't paying attention. Did they get a stop? Does anyone know in the room here? Did they get a stop on 4th down against Christie? Now they have the ball, although there's a flag after a nice gain on 1st down. And we see some celebrating on the bottom left where South Lyon gets a turnover.
Well, in Caledonia, taking advantage of their turnover.
Yeah.
They found the end zone for the first score of the game in that battle out there in the OK Red. Caledonia with the lead, although we do see a flag marker as well. We'll see if that will take the touchdown off the board.
So let me check your knowledge. What does OK stand for in the Grand Rapids?
Ottawa, Kent.
Give me. Oh,
Come on,
I thought
man.
you're a Laker.
I'm a Laker,
All right, we got
man.
two Lakers.
Come
here. How
on,
can you be
man.
wrong? You're right. Ottawa, Kent County
You
Conference.
graduated with Lincoln, didn't you? When
Abraham?
were you there? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's tough.
Oh, man.
We were in a cornfield, I'm not going to lie. the
Yeah, well,
football
so
field.
when I was there, too.
Yeah.
We were, too.
Now they outdraw the MAC for attendance.
They sure do, man. Sure
Upper
do.
left, we have Clarkson. That's a dandy. It is every year. These two battle. Two of the fine coaches. You know, Justin Pintar took over for Kurt Richardson, a longtime head coach for the Wolves in Clarkson, and Tony Petrito just goes on and on and on. But he's got energy. We did a piece a couple years ago, and I called one of his final games. And going to his practice, what a joy. The energy this guy has at his age. I'm not saying you're old, Tony, but you're not young. And up and down the field with his players, and he's very beloved not only by his teammate, but by the community, because he's done such
Absolutely.
great things for Adams over the years.
Well, he's been in the Hall of Fame now for a few years. And he's still going. Clarkston with it, as you can see up there in the top. Looking to retake this lead after marching down the field on their opening possession. Northville and Brighton, we've got them back, Rob.
Yeah, but that Clarkson, you got to kind of wonder, that first drive, Ryan, they went right down the field.
Right down.
But you remember we had them early in the year, they hung 21 points on Harper Woods?
Yes.
Really quick. And then Harper Woods kind of figured out their offense, and they struggled. And Coach Oden had his team ready, and then after that, it was all Harper Woods for the remaining 2.5 quarters of that game.
27 unanswered to win it. So here comes Clarkson. Now they're inching toward that red zone.
We got Orion. As you can see, Oxford up in the right, Orion in the green. Now we have a
7-0. Northville has taken the lead midway through the second. And let's take this game now. Let's head to Shawnee B and Grant Perry. They're out there in Clarkston.
My goodness gracious, they are just opening holes, Grant.
Yeah, they are. Zach Radlick there, number 70. We talked about him earlier, doing a great job, and this Adams defense is going to have to bend but not break here, as this Clarkson Wolves offense is picking up 3-4 yards a pop, just how they want to operate.
2nd and 5 from the 22-yard line. Going to keep it on the ground. Some space up the middle, not a lot this time, up to about the 20-yard line. Grant, this will make for an interesting 3rd and 3.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And, when you have a threat in Aiden O'Neill, you pretty much feel safe kicking anywhere, inside the 35. So they're in field goal range here. But it just doesn't matter if Coach feels confident, if we get a few yards here, are we going to push the tempo here on 4th down if we don't get it?
Ty Duffy got the last 2 carries. Checking back in is Lucas Bowman on this 3rd and 2. He's on the left hip of Wyschenko. Shotgun formation, whistles blow. False start. Oh, going to move him back 5 yards.
I think they're going to get number 14, tight end. It was in line on the line of scrimmage there, number 14, Ryan Gifford. A little excited. He loves the contact, and he almost pancaked them after that the whistle blew. So he's just eager to go make a play, but only if it's positive.
Big 3rd down looming. Obviously, Grant, this changes the way that you want to do things here. You're looking at about a 3rd and 8 now.
Yeah, and watch number 13, Wendell Childs. They've been doing a reverse yo-yo motion here a few times.
Going to keep it on the ground, though. Yeah. Big surge inside the 20, but I think they're going to be about 2 yards short, Grant. So this goes back to what you're saying. Do you let a guy with a big leg attempt what would be about a 37-yard field goal? Or do you go for it on 4th and short?
Man, I think you put your trust in your offense here. 7's better than 3. Minute 15 left here in this second quarter. You're in scoring range. I think you trust that O-line led by Hayden Flavin, number 77.
I don't think you're going to go wrong handing the ball to number 1. There's the handoff to number 1. He dives, and I'm not sure he got there. I am not sure he got there, Grant.
Spoke too soon there, Sean. Man, talk about making a play at the line of scrimmage. Talk about it's gap sound integrity football. You can't give up your gap. You have to stick in there. No matter how many guys are coming, no matter how many dogs are piling up on that dog pile, you got to fight. And right there, they did a great job. They met Lucas Bowman right at the top of that pile and rejected any first down advances.
Now, let me ask you something. I know you played wide receiver. But a guy like that, are you better off to dive for it or keep those legs churning? Because that's kind of his bread and butter anyway, right?
Yeah, you'd like to think so. And I just don't think he had any room to keep those legs moving. Everything crashed down. It was like a car crashed down there on the line of scrimmage.
Highlanders elect to try to keep it on the ground here. Maybe content to go into the half at a 7-7 game. Nothing.
All right, thank you, Sean. Going back to our quad box here, we got a lot going on. Dearborn Divine Child has reached the red zone against Jackson Lumen Christi, Rob. They're trying to score for the first time or find the end zone for the first time.
And people who've been with us just saw what a great stop by Adams on the 4th down and 2 to 3, where they stopped Clarkson and turned away with no points. And Clarkson had as a great kicker, had a chance maybe to get 3. But the game that's in a timeout right now is Divine Child. This is a battle. They've moved the ball down the field. They're going to have a 2nd down and 5, I believe, or 2nd and 6. Down in the red zone. We're going to go there big right now. And let's listen to Jackson TV a little bit.
Ypsilanti Community and then Detroit Country Day, all shutouts, all running clock finishes. And now a big drive trying to take the lead over Lumen Christi. There's a delayed handoff to the outside.
Really nice play design, little counter trap coming back the opposite way. Great effort, great run there by number 10, Andre Davis Jr. And he'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
You know, lost in the shuffle, that was a wildcat call. Viti was the quarterback and took the direct snap. So now 90 seconds in running. Third down, another key point in this game. Who wants it more? The physicality was something both coaches brought up. Sheridan back at the timeline. They're going to have to use another timeout. That's the second time Sheridan has had to look back at his sideline and then forced to call his own timeout.
That's all right. When you get down here inside the red zone, it's really important that you get the call right. You don't waste any plays here. And on a key
Chance to
3rd
take the
down, if they're
lead.
looking to either score or.
All right, Rob, here we are, Caledonia, East Kentwood. We just saw it. That game's tied up now at 6 apiece, and once again, Divine Child's over here looking to make something happen.
Yeah, and I told you we were going to have some good games. I
Yes,
saw
you
the
did.
schedule, and I knew East Kentwood, Caledonia would be a dogfight, and I knew Divine Child and Lumen Christi be a great game. And the Battle of Port Huron seems to be going pretty well. So we got some games that are going to come down, and we're going to be entertainment plus when we get about 9 o'clock.
Yeah, absolutely, and we will bounce you all around. If you were with us last week, you saw it, man. We were going from one place to the next. We were playing hopscotch over here.
Yeah, but I think our director and producers are doing a much better job, but a great job tonight. We're staying with games a little bit longer. You get a little bit more flow of what's going on in that game, and I like that. As you see on the right, on a 3rd down and short, I'm not sure they got it. So it's going to bring up, maybe we go big with 1 minute and counting in the half, unless there's a timeout. We could go to back to Jackson and see what's going on there. Big 4th down and 2 coming up.
And they're going to go Wildcat here again with Viti at the quarterback position for this 4th and long one. Viti takes the direct snap, bounces it to the outside. Does he have enough for it? Yes, he does. It will be 1st and goal with 30 seconds left to go in the first half of play.
Excellent tackle in the open field by Johnny Walters, but not enough to stop the Minuteman Swoon Drain 1st down. You now got a 1st and goal for Divine Child inside the Lumen Christi 10.
Viti wanted to go up the middle, then instead saw the opening, bounced it outside, and got enough for the 1st down. And that is going to be another timeout from Divine Child. They will use all 3 in about a span of 4 plays because they need the score. You need points off the board here if you're Divine Child.
But now, with only 24 seconds left, you got to be very careful if you're tackled in the field of play. It really limits your playbook and what you're able to call here by not having that timeout in your pocket.
Lumen Christi does have one if they decide to use it at any point in this goal situation with their backs.
Lumen Christi had a timeout right now, or actually taken by Divine Child. We got a lot of things happening here. And you look at the Oxford Lake Orion. I said that's a great game. And now Oxford on the 30-yard line getting in, and then the bottom left, Grosse Pointe South and Roseville. Was that Roseville just put it in the end zone?
Yeah, run down the sideline, touchdown.
And up top, we got the Battle of Port Huron we talked about. The Huskies with the ball in the blue, the Navy. The
Yeah,
Red
we've
Hawks
had
trying to
them.
hold them on. There's a late flag comes in there, but we're going to head back. Let's head back to Divine Child Lumen Christi as his first and goal, but you got to remember now, no timeouts left by Divine Child in white.
Viti fakes the end around, looking for the opening, got him on the first play. It's a touchdown for Divine Child, and they take the lead.
Pass was to Gianni Jannik. It's his second receiving touchdown of the year. Nice drive there for the Falcons to get the ball into the end zone before the end of the first half. They take a 9-7 lead, chance to make it 10-7 here to take a lead into halftime.
He kind of just flooded out into the middle of the field, and nobody was there for Lumen Christi. And so now the extra point attempt to make it a 3-point game. Divine Child will get it. Like you said, benefit of having a kicker. And so it is 10-7.
Yeah, nice job by Divine Child there. BD, the quarterback, they kind of flooded the zone. They split the defender, kind of put him on an island here, as you can see outside. And then the tight end just releases inside, wide open in the end zone. But what a way to finish the half. That's a dandy. That's going to come down to the final minute. Up top on the right, though, this is Oxford in the white and navy pants against Lake Orion in the all green. Oxford with a 14-6 lead. A little bit of an upset, if you ask me. I thought Orion would have the slight edge in this game.
Yeah, Lake Orion came into this game, Rob, 0-4. You never see that.
Yeah.
But they lost a bunch of three of those games
Good,
by a
tough
total
losses.
of 12 points.
Oh, the Huskies.
Big pass there.
Oh, and he can't pull it in.
Didn't
That's a tough
bring it
one.
in.
That'll make the dog bark right there. Ooh. You got to come up with that one. You don't get those shots very often, and he just missed it. But you see Lumen Christi returning the kick. Now, I think Herb Brogan would probably just take a knee here and run the clock out on the bottom right. And then we got Grosse Pointe South and Roseville on the bottom left. A lot of them are starting to get to halftime. The Port Huron game, we still got almost 2 minutes to go till half. In the upper left, so we'll see what the guys behind the curtain do over there and see what they send us to watch for the next few minutes.
Yeah, you never know, Rob. You never know exactly what's going to happen here. Port Huron Northern, though, they're in the blue, going to kick it away.
Well, that's tough. You end up punting deep instead of getting a chance for points. The ball's not caught.
And
Upper
that's
right,
about
don't
where
be
they would have
confused.
been.
You see the end zone, the two teams in the upper right, Stevenson and Eisenhower. This is at neither of their field, right? It's at Kuzno.
Yep.
Because Eisenhower's field's being redone, so they're playing their home game at Kuzno.
Yeah, so when you see that in the end zone, or we go to the scoreboard and it says Patriots, we aren't crazy. That actually is Ike taking on Stevenson in that game. Great catch there on the sideline, Rob. How about that? Great job on that catch. What do we got down here, Rob?
Well, you know what we're going to do right now in the bottom left? We're going to go for a quick update from Kadarius Flowers. He's at the Grosse Pointe Roseville game. Kadarius, tell us what you've seen so far.
Hi, I'm Kadarius Flowers, and I'm at the Roseville versus Grosse Pointe South game, where Grosse Pointe is up 14-12 with 5:23 here remaining in the second quarter. Grosse Pointe has the ball at right about the mid-yard line and right about the 50. The people that have scored today have been Demyron Brown. He just ran the last one in for Roseville. Samuel Rolu has 2 touchdowns, 1 passing and 1 rushing. He threw one to Trey Gravinowski. And so far they have the ball going down the field. And I'll send it back over to you.
All right, Rob. Thanks for that update, Kadarius. Grosse Pointe South with the lead. This is a big Mac White battle between these two teams.
Oh, bottom right, look at that right there, Brighton. Takes it in against Northville. How about this Northville team, though? I mean, living in obscurity for years and years out there in the Kensington Valley, and now all of a sudden, the last few years, they've put a pretty good product on the field. I mean, that was Brighton. Brighton dominated them for years, but not any longer.
You got a lot of great athletes in that entire school. The volleyball team won the state title. The baseball team won the state title. Now the football team's undefeated. Man, they're growing them over there in Northville nowadays.
You're just flexing on me right now, Ryan. You just
But, you know,
throwing all that stuff out.
I can bench the bar, Rob.
Yeah. But yeah, Northville putting up a fight here as Brighton, though, just scores, and maybe they'll go zoom in on the scoreboard to give us an update.
Yeah, and we do have Lauren Plant.
And
our
there
reporter
it
is
7
out
to
there.
7. Wow, another great one.
Tied up with $1:19 to play before the break.
See how Northville plays it, if they try to get aggressive or if they come out conservative before the half. And we see the Stevenson-Eisenhower game going to half, and the upper right, all the blue wave.
Hey, Rob, Lauren Plant is at the game. We have him right now. What do you see on that drive there, Lauren?
Done so, please make your way down to the northwest side.
Well, hey, guys, we've got a back-and-forth battle here, and this is exactly what we were expecting. Northville opened the scoring on the first play of the second quarter. Cooper to catch hit Austin McGarrow for a 25-yard touchdown on 4th down, putting the Mustangs on top 7-0. But Brighton has just responded in a big way. They started deep in their own territory at their own 2-yard line, but behind a punishing, time-consuming drive powered by the sophomore Dom Noss. They marched the length of the field. Noss capped it off with the 2-yard touchdown run. Just over a minute left in the half. We're all tied up at 7. Back to you.
Awesome. Appreciate that, Lauren. Yet these games, as Rob just said, we're getting near halftime. Under 2 minutes to go in nearly every game. We haven't checked in with this in quite a while. Menominee, Houghton, all the way up in Rubick territory.
I knew this one. I thought we'd get away from Houghton. They're trying to hang in there. They actually have the ball. Menominee, the maroon and white. Houghton trying to gremlins. I think they're feeling like there's a few extra gremlins on the field right now for Menominee.
Yeah, how about that name?
Maybe we're going to score here. I predicted I don't want to say what I predicted.
Pain.
Yeah, I
like
predicted
Mr.
pain.
T.
Put it this way. It's not Halloween. It's not a good night to be a gremlin. Maybe this is played October 31st. It would be better.
They look good in that orange, though, man. How about that field? The field, beautiful up there.
It's one of the. I think there's 4 turf fields in the Upper Peninsula. I know Calumet has one. Houghton has one. I mean, when you're up in the copper country like that, you get snow, butt high to a giraffe. So you better have a turf field, or else you do a lot of shoveling.
I found it interesting doing research for this game, Rob. Just the way it is, the way Menominee's all the way on the other side, over there darn near Green Bay.
Yeah. Oh, my sister lives in
They're in a
Menominee.
different time zone.
It's about 90% cheeseheads. That's the bad part. I always tell those people in Menominee, just move to Marinette. That way you're in Wisconsin and make it official. If you're going to be a Packer fan.
The old point guard when I was in Lakerland back in the day was from Menominee.
Really?
Jason Boucher. Shout out to you, Jay. Yep, he's a Menominee native.
So there's the score, is 36-6. What quarter? Is this still the second quarter?
Yeah, that's second quarter. 7.5 still to play in that one. 36-6. And they have been getting out of hand the past couple of years when they're playing. 50-0 last year. 56-0 the year before that. So. They did get on the board.
Well, it's 36-6, but it's going to be running clock here when they start the second half, once they get through the second quarter. Menominee's an interesting team. They run single wing. Now, when Ken Hofer was there, and what a single wing is, for people don't know, is you don't really have a quarterback. You have like 2 guys in the backfield, plus you have a wing, and you can shotgun to either one of them, so they all have to be able to throw. They all have to be able to run. They all have to have ball handling skills. And a really neat thing about the single wing is when the head coach, the varsity coach, goes in the elementary school, and he asks like the elementary PE teacher of the 5th grade class, who's your 3rd or 4th best athlete? And the coach said, well, this kid here. They make him the center because you're centering the ball in all different directions. It's just not a straight shotgun.
Right.
So they don't want the best athlete. They want him to still be the quarterback, but they want a good athlete at the center position. They run some really funky stuff out of that single wing. It's hard to prepare for because you just don't see it often.
I don't know how many teams are running it currently in the state of Michigan, but a few years back, probably more than a decade ago, St. Charles ran that as well. And they were the only two.
They were in single wing?
The single wing. And they were the only two teams in the state at that time that were running the single wing. Not sure how many there are now, but that just tells you how rare it is.
You know what? One we could maybe go to now is I'm looking at Caledonia, East Kentwood, and the bottom left here, East Kentwood, with the clock we're running down, just approaching a minute in the first half. East Kentwood trying to put more points on the board with a 7-6 lead. Maybe we go big on the East Kentwood game. There it is. Just ask and shall receive, and they hit a seam route.
Touchdown Falcons. You call the coach. You want mighty deep. If you want 6, if you want a first down, if you want to make a play, you are looking for number 4, Mighty Edmonds.
You know, when the clock is getting under a minute, you know, like I said, teams are defending the sideline so you can't get out of bounds. The middle of the field is there's chances there. So, you know, we just exploited that a little bit. It's good.
Great job by Kaufman. And again, that drive was, what, 35 seconds? A 35-second scoring drive. Jaden Garcia's extra points. Good.
Maybe that's what Coach Spence knows. Maybe he's like, hey, it ain't going to take us that long to score. I don't know. So that's why he was holding off on the timeouts a little bit. But
yeah, I mean, the student section living it up now, and the place has really come alive. But
it sure has.
What a great drive. And
really important, again, like I said, getting that lead before halftime. Now the juice is back in the stadium. And
Kenwood gets the ball.
Things are rocking. Kenwood gets the ball on the second half. You know, Justin Bieber playing Baby, Baby, Baby on the, you know, the student section's going crazy down there, and I love it here. I love it.
Tremendous drive by the Falcons, and again, they get the ball to start the second half, and that's one of those drives that Bill Belichick liked to call a 2-for-1. You score at the end of the half, you get the ball right back. He likened it to a 2-for-1 possession of basketball.
I think, you know, just kind of getting to know Cade a little bit. He loves to just go, you know, like, and that 2 minutes, it's built for him, and he just likes to get going, and I like them. I like seeing them.
All right, Robin, if you didn't know, that was MSU to MSU right there.
Really?
Our Player of the Year nominee, Cade Kaufman, the quarterback, he's an MSU commit, hit Amon Edmonds, I should say, over the middle. He did the rest of the work, MSU commit as well.
You know, it's funny, Ty Spencer must have heard that saying, head west, young man.
Yeah, right.
Because the former Martin Luther King head coach, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
Now at East Kentwood, so he goes from the east side to the west side of the state, but some things haven't changed, and that's his success. As you can see, he has another good team, and he has some dudes now.
Yeah.
He has a couple dudes, as you said, MSU to MSU.
State championship winning coach out there for Detroit, Martin Luther King, now in his second year at East Kentwood. He's got him moving a little bit. As we take a look at the rest of our games here on our quad box, there on the bottom as well, Oxford and Lake Orion. The Wildcats opening it up a little bit.
But here's the deal. Look at Orion's trying to crawl back in this game with
Yes, sir.
how much time on that clock? 26 seconds. 2nd and 4. Let's head to Lake Orion and check out, see if the Dragons could finish this drive.
Brody back, looks, throws, intercepted. At the 2, brought out to the 6.
Yeah, Chase Cardona was just sitting there as a center fielder there, reading the front shoulder of Brody Thompson. Yeah. He stepped right in front of Rocheleau for the interception.
Yeah, he was pretty much locked in on Rocheleau.
Boy, that's tough. Your Lake Orion, you see right here, he just doesn't see the safety. Middle of the field is, we always call it's a high risk, high reward area. And you got to find that safety, and if you don't move him and if you don't see him, you can't throw there, because that's what happens. A chance to make it a one-possession game instead of Oxford with the big pick. They're going to probably take a knee here and head into halftime with a 21-6 lead.
Yeah, Ryan Rocheleau with the interception there right at the goal line. He was going for his big man down there, but he didn't see the little man who popped up in front of him. 10-0 you see there up top. South Lyon, Walled Lake Western. South Lyon with a 10-0 lead here. And that, second quarter early on and before the half. So we'll probably check them out a little bit as well as some of these other games head into the half.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't know if that game was delayed a little bit on the front end beginning, but they're quite a bit behind all the other ones. And here we have Brighton trying to go in against Northville.
Looks like they're going to head over to the sideline, so we'll take a look. There you go.
Yeah.
30 seconds to play. We've got
Can
a
you
tie
see the
game.
TOs? Where's the TOs at? 2 for...
2 and 0.
I think Brighton has 2. Because usually the home team would be on the left.
Yeah, they're normally out front. And they've got the ball. Big time matchup in the KLAA West.
We got Menominee here. Oh, they zipped out on us, but I was going to say they're in the red zone. That's a 36. We got a double boxer. Keep an eye on the right. Oh, actually, the Gremlins have it. Oh, looks like he wanted to throw for a second.
He sure did.
He saw 4 jerseys coming at him, white, maroon jerseys closing in on him. The thing about Menominee is always funny is when they got to Ford Field, which they've been many times over the years, they had their uniforms looked like they were from about 1960. They had.
They don't ship them up
there.
there.
Oh my! Their jerseys were so like tattered. And talking to Ken Hofer, he said they didn't care. That's what they liked it. People knew who we were because of our uniforms were old. Crystal Falls used to have like the clown socks.
Yes,
the
I
black
remember
and
those.
red clown socks. And then Menominee had those old kind of ratty uniforms. Now these are fairly sharp looking here with the maroon pants and the white top.
Yeah, they're looking good. 4-0 in that Westpac Copper Conference.
Menominee's in the Copper Conference now.
Yes, sir.
Whoa. They must be shrinking in size too, because for a lot of years they're with, Gladstone and Kingsford. Like Iron Mountain is shrinking. There's talking to UP that Iron Mountain might be 8-man next year.
No kidding.
Yes, they're been a proud 11-man school for years with state titles.
Hey, Walled Lake and South Lyon. Walled Lake Western, that is. As you can see there on the top right of our screen, Alex Johnson is there. And as we look at the action, let's hear from Alex.
Hey guys, Alex Johnson checking in from the Walled Lake Western versus South Lyon game. And it's been absolutely nothing but a solid defensive start, with it being a 3-and-out Emporium. The lone bit of offense in the first quarter was a field goal from Jake Sejanovic for the Lions, and it was set up from a nice interception from Aiden Weidenfeller to take the 3-point lead in the first. The Lions just went on the prowl to score their first touchdown of the game in the early part of the second, and they found pay dirt thanks to their receiver, Braden Sniper. So right now the Warriors are trying to pillage some yards to bring this one back to a game, but right now the Lions are up 10-0, and it's looking like it might stay that way thanks to the defense. Back to you guys in the studio.
Wow, how about Alex? On the prowl? That's why he's the pride of this show.
That's right. He broke the thesaurus out,
Yeah.
I believe, for that report. Great job by him.
Yeah, good game.
Another guy you're going to want to keep your eye on in that game is number 5. That's Donovan Triplett. He's going to Western Michigan. He also is a Mr. Football nominee.
Hey, we got also, looking at the bottom right, Adams and Clarkson starting up. Beautiful. Gives us something to watch here during when some of these other ones are still in halftime.
Great timing there, as you said. Yeah, let's take that full. Starting the third quarter, and you couldn't get more even. 7-7. Adams shutting them down a little bit after that opening drive from Clarkston.
The give is the starter. Spins out of a tackle, spins out of another tackle. Boy, close to a first down. I think they're going to say the knee hit about the 29, but that's a 9-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, and great job there. They just go with a simple power concept where they bring the receiver, Matt Tempner, in to block down. He does a great job of sealing that edge on the line of scrimmage, allowing Sartor to get through that line of scrimmage for a big gain.
Playbook opens here on this 2nd and 1. 2 receivers split each side. Lorenzo Sartor, the lone setback. He is a junior. At quarterback, Ryland Waters, he's a senior. Going to send a man in motion now. 2nd and 1. The gives is the starter. He carries the pile past the 30. He stopped at about the 31, but that is going to be good enough for a first down.
All right, appreciate that. Sean Belizean there with Grant Perry. Let's go Grosse Pointe South and Roseville on the doorstep. And that's going to be in there, Rob.
Oh, great job stretching out, going prone backwards. Stretches the ball out for a touchdown, and I think that gives Roseville the lead, or has the lead in this game against Grosse Pointe South. This was a 12-10 game at one time, correct? If I'm thinking clearly here.
Yeah, the Panthers finding the end zone there. Jacob Bowers, the senior running back.
Going for 2.
Stretching across that line, and you said it, yeah, going for 2 here.
I like the 2-back set. You saw the Detroit Lions use that a lot last week. It gives people problems.
Oh, going to the air. Don't know if that ball got tipped, but it looked like it might have been catchable.
Yeah, when you look at the score here now, 18-14, so they did take the lead. So that's a highly competitive game as well. That's right before the half, so that's going to be going to half here with 31 seconds. I'd probably see Roseville just take a knee. I'd rather Grosse Pointe rather take a knee when they get the ball back here.
We're getting a view from around all the halftime shows up there on your top left.
Oh, taking the shot. Oh, on the bottom right, Adams.
Yeah, Lauren Plant once again. He's at Northville and Brighton. Let's check back in with him after the scoring drive.
Well, hey guys, at the halfway point of the season, this one's already feeling like the de facto KLAA West title game. Both teams came in undefeated in division play, and it's been a year in the making for Northville, who lost to Brighton in double overtime last season, and that was a game that was also turned on a 2-point conversion at the end. This rivalry has gotten spicy, and with Howell already down a game, tonight's winner takes control of the division. And just like we expected, this one has been physical, fast, and very evenly matched. After a scoreless first quarter, Northville got on the board on the first play of the second, a really gutsy 4th down call. Cooper to catch found Austin McGarrell for a 25-yard touchdown pass and led 7-0, but Brighton responded in classic Bulldog fashion, grinding out a 6-minute drive that started all the way back at their own 2-yard line. Dom Noss did the heavy lifting, and he capped it off with a bruising 2-yard touchdown run, and that evened the game at 7 with about 2 minutes to play. Just before the half, Northville tried to answer, but Brighton's Carson Hurley came in with a huge interception, picking off Durkach to kill the drive. Bulldogs ran out the clock. We're tied at 7 at the break. So this one is living up to the hype. 2 senior-heavy teams loaded with playmakers and a divisional crown hanging in the balance. Second half coming up. We'll see how it unfolds. Back to you guys.
What's interesting tonight, Ryan, is our better games are defensive games.
Yeah.
We got a couple that are 7.5 with the Adams and Clarkston. We got Northville and Brighton are 7-7. We just saw even the Grosse Pointe Roseville was only 18-14 games. So points are at a premium more so tonight in some of these big games.
Yeah, a lot of, and that has not been that way for most of the weeks. We've had blowout city here on the state champ score. So good to see a defensive battle here as we take full Rochester, Adams, and Clarkston. 7-7, as you just said. Big 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, this is one of those games where both coaches are like, who's going to blink first? Who's going to make that turnover, that costly turnover? So you're just really trying to, I'm not supposed to say play conservative, but play solid. And you're seeing Adams just trying to pound the ball, and up top you got Menominee trying to make a play. Oh, a little underhand scoop pass.
Oh.
That's old school, a la Brett Favre. Menominee is only about 55 miles from the place that GB's, I don't like to say the word, even I hate him.
You still can't say it,
the
huh?
word. It's like Baltimore. No, the name we don't say. You know, I looked at like just being a former Lion alumni. Here was a problem for many years is their best players it went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers and then Jordan Love, where ours were our kickers.
Yeah, right.
You know, Jason Hansen, Eddie Murray, and Prater. I mean, that was the problem right there. You need to, the quarterback's a little bit more important.
Oh, and then when we do get one, that Sanders fella, and we didn't have anybody for about 10 more years. Got a pair of good backs nowadays.
Yeah, Adams is going to be Clarkson with a good stop, going to be forced to punt on 4th and 5. And this is one of those games we talk about playing close to the vest. You know, this is where you got to play punt safe. I'm the defense here. If I'm Justin Pintar, I'm playing, say, fellas, we're playing like they're going to run it here. You don't allow the fake in that situation. Play solid D.
And that is Adams punting it away. They're in white. Clarkston, the Wolves, in blue. with the winged helmet.
Think Dan Fife had any influence on the Clarkson uniform or the helmet? Being a former Michigan basketball player, coached their basketball for forever.
Kid
Tremendous
played there.
job. Yeah, Dane and Dugan, both his two sons played at Clarkson, and one played at Michigan, one played at Indiana.
Got the court named after
Yeah.
him there inside. Yeah, they played some great ball over there, and once again, big fight here in the OAA red. Menominee and Houghton still going at it as the punt was away and it's finally down. Course Point South and Roseville, they're at halftime. They're about to get cracking here after the band comes out. As you can see them kind of gathering themselves. Got the xylophones getting rolled out there. South Lyon, Walled Lake Western. Still in first half action. That is South Lyon in white, top right of your screen. Walled Lake Western wearing the pink tonight. Menominee and Houghton, you're getting a look at the big Gremlin scoreboard. And it looks like they fed those boys after midnight. They are down 43-12. Rob, well, we have a little bit of a break in the action, even though we do have some games still going on. Let's take a look at what has happened so far. We've got a little montage here, some of the scoring plays from throughout this evening. Let's take a look at that right now.
Well, this is the Christie early on, gets a 7-0 lead, and Divine Chow comes back, makes it 7-3, and then ultimately they end up scoring again here to give them a 10-7 lead at the half. So really, really good game with just a little bit of time. And then this is the Oxford-Orion Battle of North Oakland County, and the Wildcats having their way. They're up 20-6, what is it, 20-6? Or, yeah. Orion had a chance before the half. You can see Oxford here with another touchdown. Orion comes back, and they're gonna get a score here. But later, their next opportunity to get down that red zone, they're gonna throw a pick, and that's just, you can't do that. Here's another look at Oxford, another touchdown. Well, there's some seam routes going on here tonight. Getting that cover two, split those safeties, got that tight end down the middle. And here's Clarkston and Adams, the first score here by Clarkston. They took it early, Ryan, and went right down the field. But here's the throwback we saw by Adams.
All by himself.
Ties up, and that's the scoring for the game.
Yep, and that is where we are at right now. East Kentwood, Caledonia over on the west side. The OK Red Conference. This is a big one. How about that high
that's
point?
Man, that's a la, what's his name? Tesla for.
Yeah. Well, he had two hands on that one.
And this is just, I'm pretty quick. You're not as quick as me. I'm going to get to the edge and get it in the end zone. Here's your MSU connection on the seam route.
Boom.
Two guys.
Yeah, you called it, man. We're
Coach
seeing
Smith.
a lot of that down the middle tonight.
Yeah. It's high risk, high reward, though. I mean, it's just how confident are you? Can you hold those safeties with your eyes, keep them apart, and let your guys split it?
South Lyon, Walled Lake Western. We've got some action up there. South Lyon, the Lions look like they're in business.
Hey, hats off to the fellas with the tech there. That's pretty good having the montage. I like that. That's something new this week that we're able to incorporate. And as we develop this show, grow with it, you and I, Ryan, and all the people working the show, it's going to get better and better, and stay with us. And by the time we're done with this thing, you're going to be, can't wait to Friday night to watch it.
No doubt
Especially when
about
that
it.
snow and rain starts falling.
Oh, man.
I know I'm going to sit home. I can watch 12 games, peek in.
And we got a couple of more that we haven't seen in here a few minutes. How about Sterling Heights Stevenson taking on Ike? Ike on the move here.
Yeah, Ike in the all blue with the silver helmet, the Eagles. In the red zone, Ike.
And this is another one, you say it every week, but man, that MAC Red, what a conference.
Well, who are your four best conferences? You have the MAC Red in Macomb, right?
Yep.
Who
OK Red probably.
OK Red in Grand Rapids, agreed.
Catholic League.
Catholic League, absolutely.
Well, there's three.
How about you get the Oakland County with Clarkston and West Bloom?
Yeah.
What's that?
The
called?
OAA.
The OAA Red, or whatever color it is up there. But that's, you have West Bloom, you have Clarkston.
Anything red.
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah,
Bottom
here
right,
is-
Clarkson, yep, 3rd and 10. They try to make something happen. Nothing's there. Looks like they're going to be forward, but there is a flag
We
on the
do have
play.
Yeah, late flag. We'll see what that is.
See how the Battle of the Blue Water is going here. Another pass just out of the reach in the upper left. The Huskies of Port Huron Northern are in the blue. Port Huron in the red. And then South Lyon and Wall Lake. We're going full screen here. Must be something happening. Looks like South Lyon's trying to put it in the end zone here, deep in the red zone.
Yep, got stopped short at the 2-yard line. Going to be 2nd down. But South Lyon is in business here. Ike also in business.
Boy, I tell you what, Wall Lake Western's bowing up a little bit against the Lions. Timeout by South Lyon.
So
what do we got going in the bottom right? We got Clarkston now. The penalty must have went against, no, it's 4th down and
25.
4th down and Sashbow Road for Clarkson there.
Yeah, and Pine
They got a
Knob.
ways to go, yeah.
Oh, man. Here we go back to Ike.
Oh, a little reverse throwback. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's going to be
It
incomplete.
might have fooled you and I. It didn't fool Stevenson at all.
What inning are we in, though? Did you see the score there?
What is it?
9-5? Was that what? 5-3. 5-3.
Wow. That's why you're running double reverse throwback passes, I guess, trying to find some offense, create it.
Trying to get something going. But we got a whole lot going. We got some teams in the red zone looking to punch it in here.
Yeah, you know, you've been doing these for 4 weeks with me now, Ryan. Which field do I like the best? When you look at what I've talked about, ooh, come on, look at it. How can you not love that? The big fluffy one. Look at Port here. I love those fields. When you step in it,
slow them down.
Oh, you don't see anything till your ankles. You have nothing but fur everywhere. I love those. They land you soft. Oh,
Yeah, you don't
it's
know.
like a
if-
mattress pad on your bed.
You don't know if they're Nikes or New Balance
don't
or
care.
whatever. You can't tell.
Blades of grass are wonderful. The great equalizer for quickness. That's what I said. When I was a player, I was fast. I wasn't real quick. There's a difference. You didn't have the fast twitch. Didn't matter on grass or turf. I was running the same. But those quick guys on the grass, it slows them down. Nice. They lose that twitch.
So you're not a Silver Dome turf
Oh,
fan?
no. That was so hard. Oh, it was concrete with a little rubber pad on top.
Right.
It was stupid. Whoever created that was evil. And none of them were, I mean, Minnesota, the Metrodome was not much better. Seattle, all of them, those indoor stadiums, because, you know, they roll them in. It rolled up and went in the end zone. They like trap doors in the end zone of the Silverdome. They put it right down in there, like a big carpet, roll of carpet. But then it was concrete. I mean, and we were practicing on that. That was tough. To me, tough is right here, a little isolation up top. You get a little one-man screen, and you don't catch it.
Took it off the dome.
Yeah. Oh, and it gets picked. Oh, my.
And the referee right on it
Yes.
immediately signals.
Oh.
That could be the turning point of this game.
We talked about playing close to the vest in this game, Clarkson and Adams. Maybe we get a chance. We'll not quite yet. We don't have to go big yet because Clarkson's got to get something going here. They're only on their own 47. Where the Huskies of Port Huron Northern are approaching the red zone. They're on the plus 30.
Good run there, Clarkson. Pick up 4 or 5 yards. We see South Lyon
Yeah.
and Walled Lake Western. They're still in the second quarter. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
everybody
they had a
else is
delay
already
to
moving.
start that game, I think. I don't know if it was weather or what. They had technical issues. But they created some separation now. 17-0.
And now in the second half, our first look at Dearborn Divine Child and Jackson Lumen Christie. Still a 10-7 game as they reach the midway point of the third.
Ooh, but look at Christie now. Hey, maybe we can head to Jackson again and listen a little bit to get a call from Jackson TV. See if Christie can finish off this drive, trailing 10-7.
Action. Lumen Christie now knocking at the door. 1st and 10 from the 15. Pitch out to Gatewood. He's going to get taken back. Here comes a flag from the far side.
And again, just tremendous job by the right side of that defensive line for Divine Child. That's going to be a holding that's going against the Titans, but that was all set up by great work by the outside, setting the edge, not allowing the speed of Gatewood to get to the outside. He had to cut it back in. There was a host of Divine Child players there and forced one of the offensive linemen there for Lumen Christie to do the hold, which is going to push him back 10 yards. Really nice defensive effort there by Divine Child.
Lumen Christie accepts the penalty, so they take the yardage, and it will be a replay of first down as opposed to second and about 13-14. Kind of thinking push the Titans farther away from the end zone as opposed to the downs.
First and 20 for the Titans.
So Gaston now will look at a 1st and 20 from the Divine Child 24. Motion out, and Gaston's just going to turn it into a sneak. I don't know if that was a design run all the way, but Gaston surely turned it into one.
Got some yards back, but not nearly enough. Didn't get back to the sticks, so it'll be a 2nd down and 16 here.
He went down. There was a big hit from Andre Davis as Gaston was taking the slide. So accepting the penalty works out in Divine Child's favor. 2nd and 16. Confusion a little late, and then the dump off to Sattler. He's going to turn the corner and take a big hit into the sideline by Viti. And it's going to be 3rd and short.
Here we go. We're going to talk about it again. Another big play by Sattler, but another huge block by Sean Lulicki, who makes a great block, puts his man on the ground, creates more open space.
Wyschenko sends a man in motion. Going to keep it on the ground, though. A little stutter step in the backfield, diving for that first down marker. I think Ty Duffy got it.
Well, we got a couple right now, Ryan. Both of them in the red zone. Big drives, tight games. Christie had 1st down and 24. 2 really good plays. Gives him an opportunity now to pick it up with a 3rd and 1.
There's a handoff. He's got the 1st down. It looks like he's going to be just short there, Rob.
Yeah, and then, Clarkston, too, excellent. Look at this. Adams really building the wall here. 3rd and 1. I'm not sure they got it. We came to a little bit hair late.
I don't think he did.
But
we'll
it's
see
4th and 1. So this is, as time winds down at 3rd. What a fast 3rd quarter for that game.
Right, meanwhile,
and, man, we got a couple dandies. Sit back and enjoy.
So it's 1st down, goal to go on the left side of your screen.
No, I don't think he's in.
Yeah, Benny Gadsden kept it himself, tried to take it in.
Oh, they said he was in. I saw the disgust by the Divine Child. But no, they're marking it. He's short. There's a picture, good look at Herb Brogan, that longtime head coach, and then on the right, let's see Clarkson with a little pitch on 4th down and short. Oh, a second effort, yes.
Incredible second effort.
I think he got it with the second effort. Man, Adams was there.
Lucas Bowman's had great year so far. Big pickup there. We got a
don't
flag.
do that. Well, you know what it is? They're going to call him for jumping on a pile late, but that's not an automatic 1st down, I don't believe. In high school, there's very few automatic 1st downs anymore.
So we'll see what they call.
They're going to call unsportsmanlike. Personal foul.
Yeah, exactly what you said. Coming in late, jumping over.
But see, it's 3rd down, right?
That's the marker just changed.
Yeah, that's not automatic. You get half the distance. So they've tried 2 sneaks and gained about a total of a half a yard. Let's see at the bottom right here, Lumen Christie in the green. Oh, there they got.
Little tush push. I guess that only works when you're wearing green.
Side judge, and it is a touchdown.
1-yard touchdown run there by Benny Gaston, his 3rd touchdown of the season, capped off a 76
I tell you what, that's about the toughest yard Lumen Christie's got in a lot of years. 3 plays to get 1 yard. What a job by Divine Child, but they just can't quite finish it. Pretty vanilla. Herb Brogan says, hey, if we can't get some push on our interior guys, what are we doing here? What are we coaching them for?
Oh, and it works, and it gives them the lead late in the third.
Big extra point, though. This makes it a touchdown possession game, not just a field goal to tie.
It's up and it's through.
Ooh, yes.
Oxford and Lake Orion just left us. The Battle of Livonia now on the right side of your screen.
We got legal formation that they're going to have to re-kick it. Procedure call looks like legal formation, maybe too many in the backfield.
Eisenhower looking to find the paint, and they do.
So Ike is kind of like the NFL playing in Dublin.
Right.
It's like the Steelers, yeah.
What field are we on?
It's a road game in Cousino. It's not quite Dublin, Ireland, but it's Cousino, Warren Cousino.
Just take a left at Dublin. You get there.
I see the Huskies trying to, up in the top left, Northern trying to extend their lead. Boy, they got them spread out pretty good.
And now we got a flag going the other way there at the bottom left of your screen, Lumen Christie and Divine Child. After Lumen Christie got backed up. So there you see it. We had a 5-3 ball game. Sterling Heights, Stevenson, and Ike. Ike has found the end zone to take a 12-3 lead. Low-scoring game in the Battle of Port Huron as well. 7-0, Northern. Top right is our game of the week. Clarkson and Rochester Adams. And that kick, Rob, no good. So a field goal can tie it up.
The little things that can bite you in the end. You already converted it on a kick, you got a penalty, you have to re-kick it, you end up not making it. Upper left, we got bottom right too.
Yeah, that is...
That's Churchill going in, correct? Stevenson's in the blue, so
yes,
that's
sir.
Churchill trying to score. And they do.
So they're fired up. Livonia Stevenson finding the end zone. Top right. Clarkston looking to find the paint. Let's head to Sean Belizean to see if they can do it.
Going to keep it again. He's got a space inside the 5. Dives toward the end zone. They're going to say he's just short, but he did pick up a first down.
Really good run there by Alex Wyshenko. Quarterback keeper here. Watch him decide, hey, I'm going to keep this and do it on my own right here. A little motion from Wendell Childs to get the defense flowing, and then quarterback run all day with the lead blocker by the running back. And look at him break these tackles, making that extra effort to try to get across that goal line. And let's see here. I don't see any knees. And if this was, God, that's really close. That's
Very
close. Great effort, nonetheless.
Lucas Bowman checks back in. Keeper, though, into the end zone. Touchdown. That big old line doing work again, Grant Perry.
It's the center, Bodie St. Moore, number 62. We talked about Zach Radlick, left guard. Kyler O'Melia here. Watch these guys just pave the way. Quarterback sneak. We know the deal. All we need is a yard. Come on, push, and look at the leverage here. Low man wins. Great job, great push. You can tell when a line of scrimmage gets pushed back 2 yards, that's when a good sign that you're winning it.
So the keeper, Wyshenko, and they're an extra point away from making this a 14-7 game. Awaiting the snap. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the state champs, Cajun Cross Networks, Mr. Football, and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's.
And we'll see the play. Kaufman fakes the sweep, and he's going to get bounced at the line of scrimmage. He's going to try to spin it around. Nothing. Still trying to stay on his feet. And they'll give him, they're actually going to give him a fairly impressive forward progress.
He's wearing Lamar's number too.
Yeah, I mean that's a healthy forward progress mark, shall we say? 3rd and about 1.5 yards from the 9 for East Kentwood. Kaufman looks to the sidelines now for a signal. Edmonds and Jones to the left. Mayhew tight end to the right. Jesse Phillips in the backfield. Steph Jones in motion across. He gives to Jesse Phillips. And Phillips going to leap forward for what is very close to a first down. The chains.
I think he's short.
The down marker flipped over to 1, and now I think they are going to flip it. He still has it marked as a 1, but I think it's actually 4th down, and now he's going to flip it back.
Big James Jones into the game in that fullback slot.
This is a new formation. James
51.
Jones, number 51, into the backfield. This is a play that East Kentwood has been working on in response to getting stuffed at the 1 against Rockford last week. James Jones, lead blocker. Jesse Phillips, first down. And Kaufman is excited about that one. Coach Shane Lockenaria, the offensive coordinator for East Kentwood, after last week getting stuffed again, it was 4 straight plays from the 1-yard line, if I'm not mistaken, against Rockford that they could not punch it in. I think he said at practice this week, all right, we'll change that.
Yeah, double tight, bringing the big fella at the fullback and the true wishbone, the old wishbone. Fullback, two running backs, and Jones just plugs ahead there.
1st and 5. Mighty in motion. Fake the sweep. Kaufman rolls right. Got a guy in the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. Owen Vanderveen. And a perfectly executed drive there by East Kentwood. Methodically marched down the field.
All right, East Kentwood, as we see, they're starting to open it up a little bit against Caledonia. Another one of the big games we've been watching, Jackson Lumen Christi, Dearborn Divine Child. It was Lumen Christi taking the lead, but I think Divine Child's got something to say about it.
They do. Big play, they come back, but they need it at the right time. And up on the upper right here, Adams starting to move the ball down the field a little bit. The big strike they just hit coming deep in their own end. Now they've crossed the 50. We'll keep an eye on that. And it looked like East Kentwood now trying to put a fork in. Here's what we missed, the long play. Just scrambling, finding the back out of the backfield as the defense kind of breaks down in the sense that they start following the quarterback to the weak side, and that's just a great athlete making a great play.
Yeah, off to the races is Rayshawn Thomas. Rayshawn Thomas giving them the lead. DC has it. 16-13 after that big play. And now we go back to the quad box. Couple of close games, of course. Another one we just showed you. Clarkston taking the lead on Rochester Adams. They're up 14-7 with just seconds to play here. Or I should say, that's 9-17 in the 4th. A big 3rd and 5 coming up. We haven't seen Romeo and Anchor Bay in quite a while. Well, it's Romeo putting it on them.
Well, Anchor Bay's seen enough of Romeo, I think.
You're right.
30-0.
Oxford and Lake Orion playing for that 00 trophy.
Hey,
the Dragons trying to move here.
Yeah, Oxford trying to be the Dragon Slayer, but Lake Orion with a chance to make it a 1-possession game here. There's still a lot of time left in the 3rd.
But it will be the Dragons moving backwards. Looking to find the end zone for the 2nd time today. Rochester Adams in the all-white with the yellow helmets. Clarkston, all blue. This OAA white battle. Excuse me, red battle, I should say.
Let's keep an eye out. Orion with a shot here now. And just Oxford just bowing up a little bit in that defensive front. Nowhere to go for the Q that time. Sent them to big 4th down and long.
Yeah, Oxford coming in 2-2. Trevor Potts, 1st year over there. Lake Orion. Man, we said it earlier, but how tough is this? They lose the opener by 1 point. They lose 29-20 to Stony Creek, then 23-21. I mean, they're right there. They're just not getting over the hump.
Yeah, and that's what Port Huron Northern's trying to do right now with that 7-0 lead. They're really trying to create some separation late in the third quarter against their rival, crosstown rival, Port Huron. Inside the red zone in the upper left. It's going to be a third down, I believe.
Four-down territory. They're up.
Long field goal, no good from Lake Orion.
Upper left, let's keep an eye on this now. Oh, and they're going to get a flag. Somebody left too early. Wow, man, those are the penalties that just kill you. You get deep down in the red zone and you're ready to score, and now you make it tougher on yourself. Those dead ball fouls.
Menominee and Houghton up there in the UP. Glad to have them this week.
Dave Ellis up there.
Yeah,
hey,
our old buddy Dave Ellis is up there. Let's head to him right now. He's got a report, Menominee and Houghton.
Hey guys, welcome to the UP. Rob, if you wanted to see the best team up here, it might be Menominee. It's 180 miles in between the two towns, Houghton and Menominee, and they might have enough total offense to make it back there without the bus tonight. Scored on 2 of the first 3 plays and then got another one, got a safety in there too. They're really rolling tonight. Now, Houghton got a couple of long touchdowns themselves, an 80-yard run, a 50-yard pass, but it's nowhere near enough. The Maroons rolling here tonight. And welcome back to the UP. I'll save you a pasty, Rob.
He knows you, man.
Yeah, I get mine. No, I get mine either outside sitting against their immunity thing. I don't have to go that far up to get my pasties.
Rochester, Adams, and Clarkson here. Here's a good look at the Wolves, looking to extend their lead.
We're going to see if he's down here. Yes, there's a knee, right knee down, and he is down. I believe the officials ruled him down, and that is the correct call.
Yeah, and that's Lucas Bowman, the 2 Bowmans, Griffin and Lucas. So they go back to midfield. Northville and Brighton. I've checked in with them a couple of times today.
I think, is that the slow goer? Is that the one that seems to be way behind the other ones? We got one in that, or is that Walled Lake?
That one in Walled Lake. Walled Lake was way behind. Yep.
Yeah. Where Clarkson is just chunking them on the upper right now on the navy, chunking the white and gold of the Rochester Adam Highlanders, moving down the field quickly. This is like their opening drive now, where they really took advantage of it, and the Huskies took advantage of getting down that red zone, even though they got that dead ball penalty. They were able to put it in the end zone, open up a 2-score lead on their homecoming night. That's tough. You make your crosstown rival your homecoming game. I don't know about that. Unless you thought they were down this year and you want to get that dub.
Yeah. The Blue Water Bridge battle.
Yes.
Up there in Port Huron.
Let's see right here. We got Clarkson with a 1st and 10 on the 30 heading in on the upper right. We're going to get a little better.
Not too much doing there.
Yeah, we get a little better look here. Yeah, maybe we could even head out there. We haven't heard from Sean Belizean and Grant Perry in quite a while. Let's see if we can listen to the docile tones.
Really trying to get your defense motivated, fired up, and doing anything to keep them as far away from that goalpost as possible, because a 3-point kick here would put you down 2 scores, and they have a heck of a kicker in Aiden O'Neill. So if this defense has to do anything, it's got to hold and not give up any easy yards here.
2nd and 8. Pumping that leg again is Wyschenko. Handoff to Duffy. Duffy, nice little cut at the 25, dives forward, very close to a 1st down. As a matter of fact, Grant, he got it. That's a big 1st down by Duffy.
Really good run by Duffy. Really good change of pace there. You've seen a lot of Bowman. Now in comes the junior Duffy, who Coach Pintar has a lot of great things to say about. Says his future's really bright here for the Wolves. And you see there just a gap scheme run where they pull 2 backside linemen to the front side of the run play. And before those linebackers can trigger and react, Ty Duffy's already on the 2nd, 3rd level, picking up the 1st down.
Now, Grant, let's see if they slow things down a little bit, because you nailed it, partner. Even a 3 is a dagger right now with 5:50 to go. Handoff to Duffy, spins out of 1 tackle. falls forward up to about the 17-yard line. We'll give him a hard-earned 3, setting up a big second down. There's that clock again. Inside 5.5 to go.
Yep. And we've all heard of 2 minute. There's also 4 minute. 4 minutes is when that offense wants to burn as much clock as they can. You're seeing Clarkson in a 4-minute offense right now.
Bowman checks back in. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Wyschenko shotgun formation. The give is to Bowman. Bowman puts his head down, plows his way to the 10-yard line, and it should be good enough for a first down. Let's see where they're going to mark it, Grant. I think they're going to mark it just shy of the 10, meaning this might be third and a couple of centimeters.
Watch how hard this run is. Look at Lucas Bowman just punish number 9 Dominic Bakari, the middle linebacker, and keep running. And then the only thing you can hope for if you're an Adams player is just to hold on. Jesse Giadis comes in and helps out his middle linebacker Bakari there for the tackle, but not before Lucas Bowman, number 1, asserts his dominance as he has the past few runs here on this drive.
Now both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Remember that. Handoff to Bowman. He plunges past the 10 down to about the 9. Didn't get much. He didn't need much. That's going to be a first and goal situation for Clarkston.
They go condensed formation. They get all their big bodies in. They bring Hunter Koth, number 42, in, a big fullback, and they go power football. And they get the first down right there. Those are those third down, short situations that you find yourself in, especially here in the OAA Red, as you see 2 teams are battling for the top of their conference right now.
Inside 4 minutes to go. Boy, you think back to that turnover, Grant. What a flip of the switch that was. And Clarkston, let's be honest, looking to put this one away. They score here. And the work is tough for the Highlanders. Shotgun formation. Wyschenko hands it off. Bowman inside the 5 and then push back. Timeout on the field. And that undoubtedly is used by the Highlanders. That is their first. They have 2 more remaining with 3:34 to go.
That was a tough run there by Lucas.
Hey, the Clarkston Wolves have owned Ford Field over the last decade, winning the Division I state title in 2013 over Detroit Catholic Central, 2014 over the Saline Hornets, and 2017 as well. That 2017 win, who can forget this one? A 3-2 thriller over rival West Bloomfield. Remember that? Everybody and their brother thought that the game was going to be 53-52. It was 3-2.
Every time I hear that final score, that still blows my mind. As an offensive guy, that would have drove me absolutely mad.
Grant Perry, of course, you know what it's like to win at Ford Field. 3 state championships in your illustrious career.
Yeah, we had a good run at it, man. We did.
The one that keeps you awake, though, your senior year?
Yeah, a little bit.
Isn't that amazing how that works out?
It is. Some would call that greedy, I guess, but just a hungry kid trying to get back there for a 4th time.
Nothing wrong with that. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Bowman checks back in. Wyschenko under center. Pitches it to Bowman. Inside the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolves. Lucas Bowman again.
And that's as pretty close as to telling you what play's coming.
Well, as Sean Bleasian alluded to, they scored here. It's going to be a dagger, and they just did. And they just really played bully ball down the field, Ryan. They did a great job here. This is just off tackle, a little lead. You have the off-back lead through, just get more people at the point of attack, and Bowman, the running back, does a nice job. Watch him lower the pad level in the end zone. That's a great drive. That's really championship teams do that. When you need a drive to really kind of take your opponent out, which they just did in there with Adams, because that's a good team that Tony Petrito has. And this is pretty good, like they said, really the last dagger there now, because Adams, 7 points in the entire game. Right. So they're not moving the ball freely up and down the field. But the bottom left is what we've got to keep an eye on. Maybe we can go big there and watch Divine Child. Oh, that's incomplete.
Yeah, Lumen Christie wants that one. They were saying there was a backwards pass, but
no, that's a big play. Now that sets up a 3rd and 9 because Divine Child really has had the upper hand here in the second half.
Yeah, they've done a great job as well.
Well, they had the long run. They had the long run.
Yeah, Vitti.
Yeah, Vitti had the nice long run, but then they put a drive together here where they got Lumen Christie 3 and out. Now they're putting a drive together, but Christie can, heal a lot of their wounds right now if they get a stop here on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Marcelo Vitti, number 2, the Iowa commit, our Mr. Football candidate. And let's go to him right now.
They look for him again, and there's going to be a big tackle. No, Sheridan escapes. Sheridan keeps the play alive, and he's just going to have to throw it. Does he have somebody in the area? He's out of the tackle box. It shouldn't be intentional grounding. They're looking for an extra call on the far side. Is Divine Child, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. Sheridan escaped one, and then it's had to get rid of it with the hounds coming.
That one was number 33, Cash Cooper. He had him wrapped up.
Boy, that was a huge play by the quarterback. Get rid of that ball. If not, you're punting.
And he had a man there.
Yeah, because now you still have an opportunity at 4th and 9. You could kick it, but it's a long field goal. But you got a legitimate chance at 4th and 9 to make a play and move the chain. So a really great job of that quarterback extending the play, breaking the tackle, and then throwing the ball in a close enough area where he doesn't get intentional grounding.
Yeah,
but this is 4th and 9. Let's see. This is big now. Let's see. Watch number 2. 2 and white here, the tailback. They'd like to get him the ball in some fashion. They've been trying to get him out in the screen game, maybe a draw, maybe work him out in the flat somehow. He's their big play guy.
Sheridan drops
They're
back,
throwing.
looking to the far side of the field, just out of the reach of Rayshawn Thomas.
They're going to bring on the field goal team here, though. This will be interesting. This can make it a 7-point ball game.
Yeah, Rob, obviously the score bug was wrong. It said 4th down there. It is now 4th down. And they're going to try a field goal, it sounds like, unless our man, their commentator, was incorrect.
Right.
We'll get this straightened out in about 1 second as we take a look at the replay.
Man, that's a pretty good ball.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
No, it was 4th down.
It was 4th down.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Here comes Lumen. How about that hit?
But
And look who it is
game.
again.
Yeah.
Number 2, Marcelo Vitti.
So now Adams down 2 scores in the upper right in the white, heading out from deep in their own territory. Not what Tony Petrito likes to do, but he said we can when given the opportunity. He's going to have to throw the ball. You're not going to run the ball for 90 yards on the field against this team.
Especially down 2 scores. And that one nearly picked off.
Keep an eye on the bottom left, Lumen Christie. East Kentwood has things pretty well in hand, but still with 4 minutes in the third, if Caledonia can get it in here, make it a 1-possession game, that would put the pressure back on East Kentwood a little bit.
Yeah, plenty of time. And Caledonia, they're in business inside the 30. Sterling Heights, Stevenson, and Ike. That's been a low-scoring affair. We talked about the 3-2 game. That game was 5-3 there for a little while. And now 12-3 as Stevenson looks to make something happen. And here comes Caledonia, the Fighting Scots.
Coached by Whitney Bell. Going against one of the legends, Ty Spencer, the head coach of East Kentwood. We talked earlier about coming from King in Detroit.
Yep, a legend there at King. Won a couple of state titles, played there. And now on the west side, doing damage in the OK Red.
You got Northville and Brighton up top. Looks like Brighton is in the red zone as well. So we got a lot going on here. We got Caledonia approaching the red zone, Brighton, the upper left, in the red zone.
Got a man down here, Divine Child. They take a break in action. Hey, speaking of Northville and Brighton, we got a touchdown. And as we get it, we have our very own Lauren Plant. Lauren, what happened on that play and that drive?
I think it's too loud.
It might be too
Lauren
loud
couldn't hear
for Lauren.
Yeah, that cowbell.
Or he's
A little
cheering
more,
down there.
Need more cowbell.
Telling you, fellas.
But nice drive. They got the big tight end. They leaked him. We saw that kind of with Adams, where the throwback, the tight end leaks into the opposite flat, and quarterback finds him. Nice drive by Brighton, and let's do a good look at the score here. As I think it could be
21-7. 21-7 after that. We will check in with Lauren in a minute. As you said, band's playing out there. People are yelling. We'll get him in just a minute, as they are still in the third quarter with 2:15 to play.
Now Oxford made it 28, but Lake Orion really coming in here in the bottom right in the green trying to add.
Lake Orion trying to chip away at that lead, and they
West
finally
Pratt
do.
touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons.
Very matter of fact by the call there.
Yeah.
Man, that's a touchdown to Lake Orion Dragons.
Good stuff. All right, now that we see that touchdown from the gang green, let's go to Lauren Plant. He's Northville, he's at Brighton, and it's 21-7, Lauren.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to Brighton. You know, this game was billed as the game of the week in the KLAA West, and it's turning into exactly that here at Brighton. Northville struck first, which was a 4th down gamble, turned into a 25-yard touchdown from Cooper to catch to McGarrow, on the first play of the second quarter. But it has been all Brighton since. The sophomore running back, Dom Noss, has been the engine, powering 2 long scoring drive. His second touchdown of the night came with 4:37 left in the third to give Brighton the 14-7 lead. Then just moments ago, Brighton hit the Mustangs with a momentum-shifting strike, a 60-yard bomb from quarterback Tayden Plave to number 5, Braden Platt, that flipped the field in an instant. A few plays later, Brady Shelton hauled in a 13-yard touchdown, and Brighton leads at 21-7 late in the third. Northville's defense is reeling, and the Mustangs now need an answer fast to stay in this one. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Appreciate it. Great update. Upper right here, Clarkson really trying to put the final nail in the coffin. Adams, deep in their own territory, took over and was forced to go to a 4th down, so Clarkson worked with a short field here. Let's see, 3rd down and 7.
Not quite going to get there.
But it's going to keep that clock going.
Absolutely.
And that's what Coach Pintar is looking to do right now. Keep that clock going. It's going to be well under a minute. This game is all but done. You could kick a field goal if you wanted to. I would not risk a block and the scoop and score. I would just go for it here on 4th down and 4.
And they've really controlled the ground game here in the
this
second half.
What a fast game. I mean, it's 10 to, it's 8 minutes, 7 minutes to 9.
And they haven't been throwing, so that clock isn't stopping. But really, Clarkson, outside of one half against Harper Woods, man, they played some great football this year.
Yeah, they could very easily be undefeated. And looking at top seed in their district, still could get the top seed. Well, a game I'm keeping an eye on, which I've been enthralled or enticed, I should say, all night, is the Divine Child right here on the bottom left. Lumen Christi, Herb Brogan really calling a good game. Throwing the ball more than they would like to. You don't usually Lumen Christi throw the ball, but as Herb has always said, we don't like to throw, but we can throw, and they're showing that right now.
Yep, down 4, just under 6 minutes to play, but they are facing a 3rd down here. The ball goes through the air, over the middle.
Old school.
And it's brought in.
Find a big fella in the middle, down the seam. We've seen a lot of seam routes. Coach Lancy right now of Divine Child's got to be a little disappointed because that's, if you watch film on this, Christie, that's their bread and butter play. Lumen Christie loves to get that, leak them right down the middle. It's an easy pitch and catch off the RPO a little bit. You see the ball fake to the back, holds the linebacker, and they just throw it behind him.
Benny Gaston, the QB for the Titans. He hits West Learned. They got a fresh set of downs. Looking to retake this lead. And that's what we're used to seeing them do.
They just wear on you.
Sattler, we've had him a couple of times. He had a 6-touchdown game against Notre Dame a few weeks back.
They just wear on you. They're so one-minded, this team. They truly believe in what they're doing. They just know if they can hang around, someone's going to make a play. They have talented players, not the biggest. They're not a big squad. You look at that offensive line, not huge up front. The skilled players, though, they are determined. And bottom right here, Caledonia now. Let's see if they can get it in the end zone.
Looks like that's going to be stopped there at the line.
Oh,
Wall
third and
put
goal.
up. Plenty of time in that game, though. They're still in the third quarter.
You got top left, Grosse Pointe South at Roseville. Roseville in the red zone as well.
We're going to get a look at that score here as well. 18-14.
14. Roseville with a 4-point lead against Grosse Pointe South. See the stands at Lumen Christi, the bottom. We got a lot going on here now. The one in the upper right, the Clarkston-Adams game has been our game of the week for champs, state champs, but that one's all but done. I mean, there's 21 seconds, it's 4th and 4. They're going to go for it, so there's really, I mean, they could literally take a knee right now if they wanted to, but here's the play, upper left, Roseville taking the snap.
What a great run.
Wow. Nice cut back. Presses the hole to the play side and then kind of bellies it back underneath. Gets the linebackers overrun front side. Nice job. That's a big one now. That's going to make it 24-14 with a pending extra point.
Demarion Brown, we've seen him earlier in the day with a touchdown, reaching across the goal line to get the score. Here he is again.
Ooh, face mask. What if they threw the flag? They did, yeah. I saw a face mask right there.
That's a big
Lumen
one as
Christi
well.
in the red zone. We're gonna have to go. Clarkson's done, so we can throw that into the trash can. Yeah, great game, enjoyed it, but now we can move down to bottom left. We're gonna go big here and we'll see if Divine Child can keep Christi out of the end zone with 4:13 to go. Ryan, a 1st down and 10 after the face mask penalty. Let's listen to see what Jackson TV has for us.
Joe, they're a member of the Home Builders Association of Jackson, Hillsdale, and another county that I don't remember.
Lenawee County now.
Mr. O'Dowd's going to be upset that I didn't remember.
I got you. Lenawee County.
Thank you. All right.
He was just up at WLAN, the radio station up in Lenawee County. He didn't tell me though. I couldn't get him lunch.
He's never met media that he didn't like.
After no gain on the 1st down, it will be 2nd and 10 for Lumen Christi, who again watches the clock like a hawk. 3:30 left to go in the game. They trail 17-13. Gaston is in the gun. Looks out into the flat. Has the freshman, and Gatewood is taken down after a gain of, call it 6.
Takes him down at the 5. We'll be under 3 minutes to go when they snap this ball. We do have our first final in the area. Report that on homecoming, Napoleon beat Manchester 24-8. Again, Napoleon beat Manchester 24-8 over in Cascades Conference play.
3rd down here and 5. They could take the play clock all the way down if they choose. 10 seconds left on it. They snap it. We're going to get a double reverse pass. Philly, and Sattler gets hit and bumped into at the line of scrimmage. Remember, you get about 5 yards where you have all contact available to you, and Gaston was trying to get that ball back, and it's going to turn into a 4th down. Turns into a receiver at that point.
Big play here for the Titans, and this is that situation we talked about. Nice to drain the clock, to not give it back, but you got to make sure you score. This is that situation that if you don't get in the end zone here, critically important that you have enough time to be able to get the ball back for your offense. But here, Coach Sean Brogan want to make sure that they can take care of it and get inside the end zone right here on this play.
4th down, 5 yards, game on the line.
We're going to get a time out here. I believe it's going to be Divine Child. It will be.
So they use their second.
Tonight's game brought to you by Barker Weber Insurance Agency and President Dan Weaver. Visit them online at barkerweberinsurance.com. Again, that is Barker.
All right, Coach Ryan Slocum, your call. You got 4th and 5. You obviously you're not kicking a field goal, not at the high school level, because Divine Child's done a good job possessing the ball as well. You may not get it back. So what's your play call here? They tried. I thought that last play they tried to let him double revert. It's too slow. It was too slow moving. They never threatened with speed anywhere, so the defense didn't hardly react. They were kind of still in position when they tried to do the throwback. What do you call now?
I'm going to Sattler. I'm going to a guy I've seen do it and do it and do it. I'm going to him. And I'm running him.
I'm
running him.
I'd run cluster, like 2 or 3 together, and run a little rub route because you don't get called very often for picks in high school. And you can, if they're going to play man, which I think Divine Child will probably play some man coverage, and here it is.
Here we go.
And watch that play clock tick. Another hard count. Divine Child holding their water. And
timeout, by Coach Herb Brogan there.
Great on cue. Here's something.
Up there, Rob, we got cut off. We thought they were going to go. But
Herb Brogan tried to get a little free 2.5 yards there. Right. He's not his first rodeo.
Yeah, he's only done it 46 years, you know.
I think he coached Newt Rockney one time. I'm going to tell Herb that. But yeah, he tried to get him the jump, but the credit to Divine Child and Coach Lancey had his team in position. Dropping dimes.
How about that?
Crawling
catch?
back in. Could make a chance to make it 14-7, a one-possession game here in the fourth quarter. Port Huron, the Battle of the Blue Water goes on. But we're getting back to that Lumen Christi game. You think they try to get to Sattler somehow? I agree. I like the flood pass. Okay. I like the, where you get the fullback into the flat. You saw what the freshman caught earlier, kind of like that. I think that's a good play. You try to clear out the receivers. They run the defensive backs off. You leak someone into the flat where they just vacated.
We saw Herb Brogan open up the playbook, and it was broken up by Vitti. Let's see what they have on fourth.
They like to tighten.
Gaston drops back into the middle, has him. It's broken up by Divine Child.
There's a reason why he's going to Eastern Michigan University. Big number 1 there, Antonio Solares. Vitti makes a great play, gets his left hand in there to knock that ball away. Stops the clock with 2:29 left in this ball game. There's time left, but Lumen Christi needs to stop. Can't give up a Minuteman through and drain first down here. You can see it right here. Just a great play, great defensive effort there. Yep, great read.
It was best on best. Wes learned from one of the.
So Herb rolled the dice a little bit too, Coach Brogan, because he took that timeout, trying to draw him off. Where now it'd be nice to have that timeout in order if you get 3 and out here, you couldn't have time to get the ball back. Now it's up to your defense to get a 3 and out.
No question. Rob, we talked about the defense all day long. Divine Child hadn't given up a single point all season long, and they come up on 3rd and 4th down with a couple of PBUs.
Yeah. But we looked it up. Divine Child, you said, is Division 4.
Yes.
So Lumen Christi will be in the playoffs in Division 6 or 7. It kind of fluctuates year to year. So they're representing pretty well, aren't they?
I
don't want to play them. Anyway, you look at your bracket when you get the playoff brackets for the state championship, you never want to see Lumen Christi in your bracket if you're a smaller school because they've been playing with the big boys during the course of the year.
Yeah, they're like a Duke or a North Carolina or Kansas. You just chalk them all the way through.
Yeah, you do your brackets.
Field. All right, back here now in our quad box. Sterling Heights, Stevenson, and Eisenhower. Low scoring affair there. Caledonia, East Kentwood. Great pass there by Kaufman. Picked up again, Michigan State connection. That's Edmonds.
So Walled Lake, is that Walled Lake trying to go in here? No, that's actually, that would be South Lyon. They're going to open it. I believe they're already in the command, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got the lead in that one. Looking to extend it. And that's one of their games that was delayed a little bit. So we're not quite sure if they're in the 4th yet.
Ooh, trying to draw them off. Big move, big shift.
Handed off and taken in. South Lyon. They extend their lead.
Yeah, that's a good job. You look at the shift. You make your strong side from your right, you double shift, you move it to your left. It makes the defense kind of slide with it and then just kind of come back to the right inside. And well-designed play, well executed by that South Lyon offense.
So East Kentwood has found the end zone one more time. They have opened up their lead over Caledonia, now 27-6, extra point pending.
East Kentwood flexing in the Grand Rapids area. They're going. I don't know if they play Granville. Are they in the same? Are they both in the OK Red? I know Rockford's in there.
Yes.
East Kent in a Granville.
Yep. And they haven't played them.
I'm not sure if East Kentwood is in that.
East Kentwood. They are in the OK Red.
They are. Okay.
Okay, yeah, exactly. South Lyon, you see there, 24-7 now, still in the third quarter.
Looking at that East Kentwood uniform, look for Kirk Cousins.
Absolutely.
Looks like the Atlanta Falcons.
Andre Rison might be out there somewhere.
Yeah. Dion.
Battle of Livonia on your top right now. That's Stevenson in the Carolina blue, and with it.
Nothing there. Nothing inside.
There you see the score.
Yeah, we're going to get a chance to go back and see Lumen Christie. See if they can hold Divine Child coming. Divine Child had a nice stop inside the red zone, and that's going to be it. As they're celebrating in the upper left, you can see the gray and scarlet there.
Yeah, what a great job by them. As they traded blows throughout that game, Rob, back and forth.
Yeah, but it's a good barometer. I mean, if you're Herb Brogan and that Lumen Christie staff to go against a quality team, as you just did there with Chris Lancey brings in his red and black to the Falcons of Divine Child, and Lumen Christie stood blow for blow with them. Now Divine Child is going to come away with the win, but they're also, a bigger school, a couple divisions up.
A couple extracurriculars.
Oh
going
yeah,
on there.
it's I don't mind that. Just don't carry it to the next level. But losing, I always told people I love winning, but I hated losing way more than I loved winning.
Yes, sir.
I was not a good loser. Oh my God, my poor parents in Little League. I think I cried every time I lost. Like they had to be embarrassed.
You didn't get to go to the ice cream afterward?
No.
Yeah.
I was one of 6 kids. Ice cream was not on our menu for the week.
Okay. So Walled Lake Western in the pink.
Oh,
a little
pitch
flea
back.
flicker. We'll see where it ends up.
Flag maybe, interference to see the yellow come in. A lot of times those balls are underthrown and the defenders are trying to catch up. The receiver stops, the defender runs into him early.
Great job by Divine Child. They move to 5-0. Grosse Pointe South and Roseville, the game we haven't checked
Hey, how
in
about
with in a
Oxford
while.
and Orion?
Orion making a
Whoa.
comeback.
Still over 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, they were down 3 scores. Got a flag on the field there.
Yeah, they were down 28-6 at one time. Making a big comeback. Now, there was a nice run by Oxford, but there was a flag on the play.
Hey, yeah, we just saw a score of South Lyon at Walled Lake Western. Alex Johnson is there. He's got a report for us live right now.
Hey guys, Alex Johnson checking in from the Walled Lake Western versus South Lyon game. You guys just saw that huge defense on that deep pass. Both offenses are starting to come out swinging here in the third. Before we headed into the half, the Lions scored with 12 seconds left to go with the Lions QB Skylar McGlinch sneaking his way up the gut. And the pride of Lyman and Tyler Newton are winning this game right now in the trenches for South Lyon as they've slowly started to take over. But the Warriors answered the bell in the second half with running back Donovan Triplett breaking free for a 44-yard run. South Lyon punched Walled Lake right back with a 7+ minute 60-yard drive, capped off with a touchdown from Jacob Sojanovic. It's definitely getting fun to watch this one. Hopefully you guys stick with us. Back to you guys in the studio.
Appreciate that. He just said it. One of our Football Player of the Year candidates, Donovan Triplett, with a 40-yard run, trying to cut into that lead. Last week he had a $137, 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then he was done for the day.
Oh, they pulled him.
So he can do damage quickly.
So we got this 24-7 South Lyon up on Walled Lake Western. So the bottom is 24-7. Appreciate you. Oh.
And we got a bunch of 4s, 4, 4, 4, 2:45 on the clock, 12-3 in our game over there at Cousino. It's Ike leading Sterling Heights Stevenson late in that game.
Oxford up in the upper left. Oh my Lord, they had him deep with the penalty. What a great job. They run a little screen. Oh, that's a killer now. With what's now 4 minutes, that's for Lake Orion. They have it within one score, but they got to get the ball back. So they got to get a defensive stop here. The Wildcats really do a nice job of being physical.
Big play up top on the right as well. Roseville.
He's going to house it.
Moving the ball. And
On
you
the upper
said it.
left, Oxford.
1 minute
Whoa.
to beat and touchdown Oxford. "57 yards.
57 yards on that. Just
Well,
when Lake Orion thought they had a chance, boom.
It shows you how one play, that play's a touchdown, but the play before on the screen, they had them third down and a half a mile, and they run a screen, and a great effort by the receiver gets the first down, which gives them another play, and then they run the big run after that for 52 yards. And now, I would think with 4:16 remaining, Oxford should feel a little bit more comfortable about their lead here. A 2-possession, 2-touchdown lead.
Top right there, Romeo and Anchor Bay, 51-0. All Romeo on that one.
Wow.
And
Romeo,
again,
where for art thou?
Yeah.
Anchor Bay knows.
In the end zone. It sounds
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
where Romeo was for most of the day. Kick looks like it's good there for Oxford. That touchdown, the long one, Christopher Pullman extending that lead back to 14 points for Oxford.
This is Ike and Stevenson going big here. Ike, the Eagles trying to get it in.
Gabriel Pettypool there as they get down to about the 5-yard line. Battle of Port Huron, still close. We saw it. The fellas in red found the end zone to cut that lead in half, now 14-7 in the fourth. Back to Ike.
If Stevenson has any thought of getting back into this game, they got to get a stop here. They cannot allow Ike to stretch that lead any more than it is. And
that's a good way.
Just a physical miscue between the center and the cue.
Yeah, Tyler DeCardenas couldn't hang on to it, so they are pushed back. Back to Northville and Brighton. We see them on the bottom left. East Kentwood adding on to their lead.
Wow, that surprised me a little bit that they're starting to pull away this much. I had a chance to talk to Ryan Oshnock, coach of Northview in Grand Rapids, and he really thought Granville was the team in Grand Rapids that everyone had in their bullseye on, that they were going to be the favorite team. But watching East Kentwood here against Caledonia today, they're pretty solid as well. That's what I love when you get to the tournament. Because you get that cross-town, cross-state, people that they see, but they don't play each other per se, and all of a sudden you get to see them and how they match up.
Yeah, incredible. And a lot of those, as you said, they're in the same conference. The OK Red and Rockford knocked off East Kentwood last week, dropped them to 3-1 on the year. Port Huron Northern has found the end zone again, now 20-7 over their crosstown rivals. Lake Orion's got to make something happen here. Just over 4 minutes to play.
Ike's
Find themselves down 2 again.
And Ike is up 12-3. The going big right here in the fourth quarter. What's it down in 3rd down and goal, I believe, from the 12.
3rd and goal after that bad snap. Keep it on the ground.
Well, but a field goal helps you here, right?
That's true.
Field goal makes it. What's
12
that make it?
to
Could
3.
make it 15-3. Well,
Makes
it's
it a 2-touchdown game.
It's a 2-touchdown game either way, isn't it? If they don't score, it's still a 2-touchdown game.
We'll see what they do here. Looks like the offense is coming off the field. Braylon Burnside had his right arm kind of hanging there funny.
I think I would go for it in this situation because a field goal, it gives you what, a 12-point lead.
12-point lead.
So it's still 2 touchdowns. You lose. Or if you don't kick a field goal, they still need 2 touchdowns to beat you. In this situation, I would actually go for it. But I'm also sitting here in the studio, and I'm not the coach, and I call a lot of things wrong.
Well, we don't know what they have.
Yeah. Northville making a play again, bottom left.
So here we go, Rob.
Boy.
It looks like they are kicking.
Would you fake it here? I could be wrong. I might be missing something on the score, but
we'll find out in 1 second.
If it's a 2 touchdown either way.
Kick is up. It looks through from our angle. Yes, sir. It is. So Ike extends its lead.
15 to 3.
15-3. Walled Lake Western. Look at that. Donovan triplet. Touchdown.
You know, but that's fourth quarter of the minute 43.
Might be a little too late.
Yeah.
Once again, we said it earlier, it says home of the Patriots there, and you're going, what the heck? This is Sterling Heights Stevenson and Utica Eisenhower. That's not right. Well, they're playing at Warren Cousino. So that's why you're seeing that scoreboard there.
So where's our Lauren Plan at? Is he at Northville Brighton? Is that where Lauren is? We get a chance. Let's see if we can get Lauren on. Lauren, can you give us an update on Northville Brighton right now? Because it looks like Northville's kind of taking charge. Is that true?
Guys, boy, this has been a wild second half right now. The third quarter belonged to Brighton. Dom Noss bulldozed his way to a second touchdown. Then the Bulldogs stretched the lead to 21-7 with a 13-yard strike to Braden Platt. But Northville wasn't done. On the final play of the third, Cooper Durkich, and I was saying his name wrong earlier, so I apologize. Cooper Durkich, he earned it. Turned on the Jets for a 41-yard touchdown run that sliced the lead to 21-14. Brighton keeps feeding the ball to Dom Noss, driving back into the red zone, but momentum just flipped with about 8:26 left to go here. Noss coughed it up, and Northville's Bryce Tuiasopo pounced on the fumble. So, again, still plenty of time, and with first place in the KLAA West on the line, this one is setting up to be another classic between Brighton and Northville. Back to you guys.
I appreciate you, Lauren. You know, I misspoke. I thought that Northville was having their way in this game. It shows how long since I've been watching this one because they jumped out early, but then, as Lauren said, Brighton had a big third quarter. Now Northville trails by a touchdown. With the big turnover, though, it keeps it a one-possession game as they're on the move now, nearing midfield.
Yeah, and look at Lake Orion. Not dead yet.
They came
Not
back.
Not dead yet. Another touchdown.
I saw a couple chunk pass plays down the field. They might one of those things. Coach Bell might say next week we might come out and throw every dang down.
Now they only have 2:09 left to go. Probably going to have to get an onside kick here. But they, after getting down big early, fighting back.
If you bet the over, you're looking good. I don't think they do over-unders.
I was going to say
high school football game. That was just facetious. I was not being serious.
But if you did. Here we go. Let's take a look at the replay, Rob.
It's amazing to me, defenders, how you can get behind someone with 2 minutes to go in the game and with a 2-score lead. If they catch it in front of you, you close and tackle. That's not a big deal. If they catch it behind you, that's what happens. That's a touchdown.
Big fella Ryan Roshlow, who said his name already today.
Bottom left, Northville, big play here. Getting helmet on helmets. Look at that, good push. Look at that. That's a first down.
And that is Northville in the white. As you see on both games on the left side of your screen, got some pink action, Cancer Awareness Night. So Brighton's got the little pink fade. I like those unis though. Those look sharp. And then Walled Lake Western up top in the bright pink with the white helmets.
We got Lake Orion. You just talked about onside kick. Maybe we can go. We'll go big to Lake Orion to see if they can recover this onside kick and make a game out of this yet, as they've been, really clawing their way back in. Now we're not privy to how many timeouts. If Lake Orion has 3 timeouts, they might kick it deep.
A little fake. And got the bounce they wanted. Little jump ball. And it's going to stay with Oxford. But, man, they got the bounce they wanted, didn't they?
No, what's funny is I'm looking at number 16 in green, one of the Lake Orion guys, and he's pointing, but he's pointing that it's Oxford's ball.
Wrong
yeah,
way.
no, you got to point the other way.
Yeah, that's right. We lost it.
He was right. He's going like this. You're right. Oxford did recover it.
Oh, back to our quad box here.
Northville putting the ball in the air.
And they made something happen,
Oh.
tiptoeing down the sideline to pick up a couple more yards.
I did see some laundry come out. A yellow flag came out.
Camden Brown there. See what the call is. Battle of Port Huron. It's Northern. Up a pair of scores.
Now the Red Hawks are pushing, though. They're trying to get down and make it a one-possession game.
Yep, they just scored their touchdown late. Great grab in the back of the end zone, a little toe tap.
Stevenson in the bottom right here trying to, we said they trail by 12 points, but without much time.
Yeah,
They're moving down the field fairly quickly.
15-3, they haven't been able to find the end zone quite yet today. Lost last week to Dakota. Got down big and then fought back in that game against Dakota. Did Stevenson, trying to do it again here.
Man, if you're in the MAC Red, it's like Groundhog's Day. You get Dakota, you get Stevenson, you get Chip Valley, you get
we
Romeo.
got an
I mean, it's
interception.
just, that's gonna be game, set, match. Just go down, or take it to the house. Take your pick.
And that's what he's trying to do. Let's see, one man to beat. And he does. He's pile drived. But that's Keaton Duda there. And he may have just sealed this game.
Not May. There's no May about it. May is a month. That is a definite.
I got an Aunt May.
Yeah, okay. We see Oxford once again now trying to possess that ball. It's 2:45 and counting. Is that what it looks like?
In one other game. Back on your screen now, Grosse Pointe South and Roseville. Grosse Pointe South kicking off. 26-25. We have got a nail biter there.
Oh, you got space. Nothing more dangerous than athletes in space. That's, I've called Eastern Michigan for 25 years, and when you played like the SEC teams, Ryan, the most dangerous thing are special teams because you have all that speed in open space. Like when you're the 11-on-11 offense defense, the MAC we manage okay. But I can remember going to Florida and I'm looking at the roster, and every guy in the roster is All-American. Our guys are like all Washtenaw County. And I'm thinking, that's just not fair. But we would hold up well, but where you really saw the difference was on punt returns, kick returns. There was a lot of field, and you just see the dynamic speed that some of these players have.
Good to still see that in the college game as well, because in the NFL now, the kickoffs, I mean, come on. Now on our double box, Northville and Brighton. Just heard from Lauren Plant. Look like this one might be over. No, sir, Northville putting up a fight.
If they score here, it's a tie game, I believe, right?
Yep.
They're down 21-14, they being the team in white, Northville. Then we got the Grosse Pointe South. Roseville game's very close.
1 point game there. Roseville with it. They're in the black. Gotta love it. Every week, Rob, we've come down to the final couple of games, and they are nail biters. Thank you for joining us here.
I don't even want to say
Score.
overtime because I don't want to jinx us again, but it's been every week. Oh!
Athlete in space, Rob.
Yes.
You just saw
Speed.
it. Reginald Feldner.
Look at you just pulling those names. And you memorize everyone's entire roster.
I got all of them. Yeah.
Wow.
It's the only thing
You
I
need
know.
to get a life.
Don't ask me my phone number, but.
Oh, there it is. There's a good look. 25-26 or 26-25. And that would be
Grosse Pointe.
Grosse Pointe with the lead. Wow, they were down a bit in that game.
Yeah, they just scored here, but now they haven't been able to stop Roseville so far. First down again, and they are on the other side of the field.
Well, Chad Hepner's got the Blue Devils rolling. But Roseville making the big run.
Yeah, Ryan.
Bernard
Davis
Snowden, the head coach there. Looks like Oxford sealed the deal in theirs. They got another touchdown. That game is just blown up. I mean, I don't know how many points they scored in the second half, but it's a lot.
Yeah, 41-27.
We have Eisenhower-Stevenson went final. I just received. I think it was 15-3 final.
Okay, that's the final. Eisenhower
I'm going
is
with
your
that.
winner.
Yep.
Yeah, Eisenhower takes that.
Northville really trying to catch them off guard.
Yeah, Northville got backed up a little bit there, but then they fight all the way back inside the 10. Eisenhower improves to 4-1 on the year. East Kentwood, as you just saw. And now we're seeing the credits. Hi, Julie. Hi, Owen. Trenton.
Great job, Gary. In London, you and I really got it done today.
Yeah. Nobody was
here we
better
go.
than Taya.
All
And
right.
now, Port Huron. Port Huron Northern. It is Northern, up 21-7.
Ooh,
and
that's game,
it.
set, match. Yeah, that's a fine. That's gone final. So the Huskies of Port Huron Northern get the homecoming victory against their crosstown rivals. Congratulations to Coach Brett Van Drew for a big win for the blue and gold.
And Northville in trouble right there. The guys in pink are fired up. Great job to shut down the quarterback. Had nowhere to go. Brody Shannon gets him. How about that hit up top, Rob? South Lyon to keep Donovan Triplett out of bounds on that reception.
Where's Donovan Triplett committed? Is he committed anywhere?
Donovan Triplett is committed to Western Michigan.
Oh, of course he is. Although I did hear one Eastern Michigan here tonight, so that's good. Vidi, was it Vidi? You said?
Yes. Well, name that Vidi. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them. Yes, is going to Eastern.
We got the MAC champ went for the MAC trophy this weekend with Eastern Central. Oh, Roseville just off the fingertips, got behind a defender for Grosse Pointe on the bottom right. Just couldn't come up with it. Wow, that's.
And that was a turnover on downs down there, Rob, for Northville.
Oh, that's
Brighton
tough.
takes over.
No, I still think there's a lot of time. That's one of the slow games, isn't it? That there should be a significant amount of time.
Yep. As we can see, Grosse Pointe South Roseville, 9:45 to play in that one. It's become a heck of a game. 1 point game. Grosse Pointe South leads it. 26-25.
And now it's Brighton's job in the bottom left to put some first downs together, and that's well blocked.
And there's some room. That hole opened up. It was taken advantage of. Dom Noss picking up the yards. The 10th grader. South Lyon has the ball, top right. Walled Lake Western in the pink. South Lyon is in the white. South Lyon 4-0 on the year in that Lakes Valley Conference. The defending champs are Walled Lake Western. When we had some trouble down there, that was almost a nightmare for Brighton.
Minute 20.
Yeah, that handoff was fumbled, and luckily for the Bulldogs, they jumped on it.
Okay, and it looks like Northville still has 2 timeouts. Is that how I'm reading that?
That is correct. Yep. There you go. You got a good look at it. 2 timeouts. 1 for the home
One
team.
timeout. They must have just taken one. But I think it was a first down run. So if that's a first down run, you're basically taking knee position now. Because they can only stop it after first down. You can run enough time off of second and third down to ice the game, I think.
Yeah, Lauren Plants kept us up to date all night in this battle in the KLAA West. Brighton 3-1 on the year. They dropped their opener to Dexter, but they've rattled off 3 straight wins. Northville came in unbeaten.
I'm sorry. Look at the pressure.
Yeah, Walled Lake Western?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
got Grosse Pointe versus Roseville on the bottom. Roseville had their chances. They got a guy behind the secondary. They just overthrew him by about 2 feet. And now Grosse Pointe trying to Pac-Man that clock a little bit.
Yeah, with that 1 point lead.
It was 2nd and 1. Did he get the first down?
Not sure yet.
See how much good job our cameraman, get a little time. Oh, still a lot of time in this game. Wow, 8:40 in the 4th quarter. So there's a lot of football to be played there.
Down here at Brighton, running back got tackled by the official there, Dom Noss, trying to break free, and he ran right into the official.
That's a danger. You're that umpire. You're back to those linebackers in the middle of the field. It's you're taught not to move. The players will see. It's easier if you start trying to move and anticipate, you end up getting tracked or trucked. So you just stay still. Let the players. You run around. You're you know what I'm saying?
Like a traffic cone.
Exactly. Yeah.
If those move, I'm in big trouble. 1:05 to go. Brighton and Northville. 3rd and 1, Rob.
Yep. This will be games. They pick this first down up. You can tune this game out. It'll be done. And a big win for Brighton and Northfield. Showed well. I told you this is a program the last few years has been highly competitive. For years and years they were never a threat to anyone. But the last few years they put out a good product on the field. And that's, a lot of that's due to the coaching. I mean, you get a good job getting players out, and that's Coach Luplow.
Big first down and a whole lot more. Grosse Pointe South looking to put this on ice, and that is a touchdown. Incredible run. And that may seal it. Charlie Michelotti.
That gives them they had a 7-point lead right now. Because it was 26-25.
Yep.
So this will make it a 7-point lead.
Got to play some D.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to kick it or go for it. Looks like they're going to kick it.
And remember, a lot of time still left in that game. One of the games that's taken a little bit longer today. Stay with it. Kick is up. And it is through. We get a shot here of the scoreboard coming up. Now an 8-point game.
And Brighton is just, I said this earlier, they're just doing bully ball. Right now, that offensive line, you can see them pointing. When your offensive linemen are excited, you know you're doing work. The big fellas up front are doing a good job. And Northville just kind of ran out of gas here. That's going to be the end. That game on the left is going to go final here shortly because no more timeouts for Northville. But who we can still hear from, who has something left in the tank. Let's send it to Lauren Plant at Northville, Brighton.
Hey guys, clock is winding down here. Brighton just got a first down, and they're going to run it out. So Brighton survives a second-half surge from Northville, and they're going to hold on for a hard-fought 21-14 win in a game that really did live up to the hype. Dom Noss was a force again, rushing for 2 scores, piling up tough yards between the tackles. Northville's Cooper Durkic kept the Mustangs in it with a long touchdown run and a late drive, but the Bulldog defense just stood tall when it mattered most. They stopped Northville on 4th and goal from the 9-yard line with under 3 minutes to play. So with this win tonight, Brighton now takes sole possession of first place in the KLAA West. This was a game that many circled as the likely division championship decider, and Brighton delivered. So they avenge last year's 2-overtime heart stopper and remain in the driver's seat for a top seed in the playoffs. Northville suffers its first loss of the season, but again, showed plenty of fight. So if they run the table, they're still very much in the mix for a playoff run. But the final is going to be here, 21-14. This was high-stakes football, and the Bulldogs made the statement. That's my final wrap-up. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Lauren. How about it? Lived up to the billing. Incredible game right there. And Lauren didn't say, Coach Brian Lemons over there at Brighton, Northville's coach. He didn't get into this at all. But Brent Luplow, he was the OC at Brighton for a long time. So it was teacher and student. Teacher got him.
Got the better of him this night. But as I said, this is a program that's on the rise. You look at Northville. They they were a doormat for a lot of years, but no longer. The Mustangs are here to stay, and they're very highly competitive in the KLA. And really good showing tonight, but Brighton just a little bit too much.
Well, how about Lake Orion again, Rob? They just won't die. They get down 14, they come right back at them.
Unbelievable. I wonder how many points were scored in the second half of this game.
South Lyon, Walled Lake Western, we're still keeping an eye on that one.
Isn't it? Maybe we get Alex Johnson. Alex Johnson is at Walled Lake. Let's get an update. Alex, what have you seen so far, and who looks like they have the edge right now?
Hey guys, I mean, right now you're seeing the Warriors of Walled Lake doing everything they possibly can, especially that beautiful catch. They are throwing everything but the kitchen sink at South Lyon right now. Donovan Triplett, the Mr. Football candidate, has 2 touchdowns in the second half, over 150 yards on the ground here in the second half. They're doing everything they possibly can to pull off this comeback. And I don't know if South Lyon has the answer on defense right now. They've controlled the ground game. The linemen have done absolutely everything to pull off this win for the Lions. And it's going to take everything in every single one of these 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in this game for one of these teams to go home with the win. Back to you guys in the studio.
And that's a touchdown, Rob, after the high point,
And
the
that's a
incredible
dime.
catch.
Ho-ho.
And
Good.
he is fired up.
Alex Johnson, good job, good report. He's at a dandy.
Jakari Anderson making the catch there. Incredible job. Walled Lake Western not going down without a fight here. And was that a young Rob Rubick on the catch before that, down this sideline? Is that the way you used to do it?
I caught 3 balls my junior year in high school. So maybe if it's one of those
Were
three.
they 3
yeah.
like that? Hey, Tesla only
Yeah.
has 2 catches,
Yeah.
and they're
Well,
all
they're
one-handed.
pretty good. I think I was underused and undervalued in high school. That's why I walked on at Grand Valley.
That all worked out, I
It all
think.
worked out fine. I didn't get the car I wanted. My dad made me go to college, but I thanked him for it later.
They go for 2. Did it get in?
I don't think so.
The fellas in pink say they did. Over here on the right side of your screen, we've got another touchdown, Grosse Pointe South.
Wow, look at that. So Walled Lake Western's cut it to 24-21, make it a field goal. It was still 4:38, so still plenty of time.
Stanton Capital.
And the Grosse Pointe, I'm sorry, Ryan.
Oh, you're good.
I'm looking at the Grosse Pointe. Oh, wow, they really opened it up. That's 2 tutties. 2 tutties they got here, the last 2 possessions to make it a pretty commanding 39-25 lead. A 2 touchdown game with 5:30 remaining there. So a little bit of defense for Grosse Pointe South, and they can go home a winner. And there's another point added. They must have made the kick, and 15-point lead.
Yeah, 15-point lead, 5:30 still to go in that one. Plenty of time, but Grosse Pointe South, the last 2 possessions have just, boom, we saw the long touchdown, and then this time marched right down again.
You know, I was going to mention earlier we were watching Stevenson and Eisenhower, and I'm going to be at Central Michigan tomorrow. I call the game for Eastern Michigan. And the linebacker for Central, Kai Wachowski, former Stevenson stud. And guess what? He's really good at Central, too. It's amazing how that translated. Yeah, one that got away from us, but yeah, really good player. Number 12, inside linebacker. He's a thumper.
50 seconds left in this one. The 00 trophy on the line. Okay, they faked it about 14 times that time. Didn't make a difference. Oxford jumping on that, and that might just about do it here. Don't know the timeout situation in that game, Rob. We'll go back to our double box.
I don't know, but 20 minutes ago there were 2 minutes and 40 seconds at Lake Orion game. So I don't know if every pass was caught out of bounds and they ran out of bounds or incomplete. I don't know, but they've been a lot of points since that 2:40 mark.
It fell asleep over there, I think. So here we go, Grosse Pointe South looking to kick it off one more time. They boot it away to Roseville. Roseville in the black. South Lyon here with the ball on the left side of your screen.
24, 24-21. This is, if we need to stop, it's now for Walled Lake Western, who's really come back well in this game in the fourth quarter to make it competitive and close. And only a field goal lead for South Lyon. Keep an eye on this one. On the right, it's a 15-point lead for Grosse Pointe South against Roseville.
Yeah, big plays for both teams. Grosse Pointe South, some big plays here in the last couple of drives. Walled Lake Western got back in this game thanks to some big plays. Here's Roseville, fires it out, nice pickup.
Instead of 3rd down and 1 on the left, nice little inside belly play.
And that'll do it.
The game that would not end. I'm glad because I have to go by Lake Orion High School and I don't want to hit traffic on the way home. And I'm still 40 minutes from there, but
that's Oxford.
Oh, we got intercepted. That's going to be game, set, match at Grosse Pointe South. We can tune that one out, maybe focus our attention on the Walled Lake Western game on the left.
Trey Grabowski brings it in. Looks like Grosse Pointe
Oh, he
South.
did not get it. Oh, decision time. Decision time. If you are South Lyon, that is huge. You got a 4th down and 1, and Jeff Henson, the head coach of South Lyon, is he going to go Dan Campbell, 4th down and 1, or is he going to punt it away and play defense? Interesting.
Not sure.
Looks
how
like
much
he's. I don't
time
see
is
a
left
kicker or
in
a
that
punter coming in.
one. Yeah, they're huddling up.
Oh, was there a penalty?
Didn't see the
I
flag.
didn't
on
either,
the
but there
field.
had to be a penalty because it was 4th and 1. So now it's going to be 3rd down and maybe 6.
They're back on the other side of the 30, about the 28-yard line.
Maybe after this play, we can get a chance. Alex Johnson, one of our reporters, is at this game. Maybe let's run this play, then we'll go down and get Alex what he's thinking about here. Maybe he can tell us what happened, if there was a penalty or what on that 3rd down and short.
They got nowhere to go. How about that tackle? Great job there. Wes Nichols. Alex Johnson. He's there. Alex, momentum has shifted.
Hey guys, real quick update. 3 minutes left in the game. Walled Lake is running on all cylinders with a little bit of nitrous added into it. They got a huge stop on 3rd down, a huge touchdown catch, and a 2-point conversion thanks to Jakari Anderson and the Mr. Football candidate grabbing that 2-point triplet. So this one is going to be a barn burner here as Walled Lake tries to find this either 3 points to tie it up or another touchdown to grab the win late in the game. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you. You got a punt now, 4th and 6. You had a 4th and 1. I mean, I can see that, but 4th and 6 deep in your territory, you got to punt and play defense. You cannot allow,
Walled Lake Western trying to steal one here. And yeah,
Wow.
you're right, Rob. There they are, all the way back to the 15-yard line is where South Lyon will kick this away. They come after him, and that is a sky ball. And how about that?
That's what you call poison. Yeah, that's only about a 10-yard punt. You call poison in that situation to get your team away from the ball. Do not touch it. It's a high, short punt. Good pressure inside. Now, Walled Lake Western working with a short field. I call them Walled Lake a lot. I know that. And there's Central and there's Northern. I get that. But it is written up on the top of the screen, too. So I think once we get here, we can call them Walled Lake a little bit.
Yeah, no question about it. They're the Lake Valley champs, defending from last year. They won this game last year big time. They won 3 straight, and now they're looking to steal one. Their offense has been red hot here in the second half. And that's their guy. That's Donovan Triplett, number 5. Takes it to the 40-yard line.
Both coaches in this situation, I'm not sure how good. We don't go that deep in our research. I'm not sure how good the kicker is in this situation. So if you're Walled Lake Western and Coach Sirach, or Siroch rather, he's probably playing for the touchdown, not the field goal. So he's 4-down territory all the way in.
Well, and the way his offense has been moving, you would expect it.
Oh, a little play action. I like it. Run it.
Yeah,
Go,
he's
go, go,
taking it.
go. Oh!
Just doesn't get the edge
Full
there.
Jared Goff there. We need a little bit more speed. I thought it was going to be a nice pickup. Look at him, though. I got to love high school. Kid has to run 30 yards trying to get out of the grasp of the defense. Then he's got to come 40 yards across the field to get the play from the coach. You know what's something called hand signals? Maybe you want to send him in a little bit. That poor kid, he put one of those pedometers on, see how much he's running in this game.
David Krall there. So it brings up about third and 5, 3rd and 4.
But that was a nice looking play action they did, wasn't it? Really good ball handling.
Absolutely. Triplets in motion.
Ooh, oh, great. What a pickup. Throw it.
Hit as he throws, and that stopped him.
We all saw the same thing.
How about that block?
That ender, outside backer come from the weak side. I think he's going to get crushed, and he just got cleaned up by the back at the last minute.
See, as you said, it's 4-down territory.
Is that funny? The three of us sitting, you and I, and we're all watching this, and all three of us saw the same thing at the same time. That quarterback's going to get crushed. All of a sudden, just the guy blindsides a defender and cleans it up.
Well, let's see what they draw up.
Well, you want to get this play.
Down.
I'm sorry, Ryan. You want to get this play in though. You don't want to have to burn one of your timeouts. I'm not sure how many they have left, but those come in handy if you get stopped here trying to get the ball back and save a little bit of clock.
Yeah, they took some time. They got to get to
hurry
the
up.
32. It looks like
A play clock. This is a legal formation. There's no tight end this way. They got too many in the backfield. That's 5.
No flag. Not going to get it off. Hit again. How about that South Lyon defense here on the last 2 plays, getting after the key.
Really stepping it up. And you just wonder if they left their identity too quick. They've been running the ball with triplet, pounding the ball, but they only got 1 yard on 1st down, and they went right away to throwing it 3 times in a row, and that's not what they do best.
Yeah, and you can see the dejection there. Quarterback walking off the field.
Maybe you look at the clock right here. Perfect time. I'm going to say how many timeouts. We'll let it zoom in.
It's $1:19. South Lyon up.
They don't have the timeouts
3.
up there, do they? Where do you see that? Oh, are the little dots underneath maybe? The score? There's 3 lit. Yeah, maybe that's it. So they each have 3. If that's true, they can get the ball back.
Defense has to stand immediately.
I believe there is 2 timeout.
We'll stay right here. South Lyon looks to run this clock out. Looking to move to 5-0 on the year. Take control of the Lakes Valley. Good stop. Big 7-7 getting in there.
Grosse Pointe, a pick 6 against Roseville. This is going to be one of the most deceiving scores you ever see. Because they're going to end up winning this going away like 25 points maybe. But this game with about 5 minutes to go in the game was a 1-point game.
Yeah, 26-25. And now they have just taken advantage. A long touchdown, a good drive, now a pick 6. And now there you go, Rob. You said it, going to be about a 20-point game. How about 21 with 2:20 to go? 46-25.
That's one of those things you look at if you're a coach and you see the score, you got them on your schedule, you're seeing Roseville coming next week, you say, they got handled by 21 points. No. You have to watch the film. After you watch that film, you're like, that's a good football team.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a couple of big plays there in the 4th quarter as we are still keeping an eye on that Walled Lake Western South Lyon game.
Well, if they had 3 timeouts, they will get the ball back. They get a stop, they be in Walled Lake Western.
And I believe they're going to get backed up. Not sure what the call was. I saw the hanky on the turf, and yeah, they did. South Lyon gets backed up. They're now at the 32. Looking to put this one away. The Lions did a great job getting after the QB, turnover on downs. Looking to run this thing out, but they're going the wrong way. Handoff going to 25. That's Tyler Newton, the junior running back.
Now, is that the first down mark or was it 3rd and 15? See what I'm saying? It was 3rd and 15, so they're going to have to punt here. If that was 3rd. Now, I saw the marker, maybe he just turned it quickly. We'll get look at the scoreboard. Oh, 1st and 10.
There you go.
I was given some incorrect information, so that was the 1st and 10. And that, fellas, that would be game, set,
that
match.
Should wrap it up.
Yep.
With
so
one away to go.
Hey, great night again.
Oh,
Super
man.
enjoyed it.
Another incredible night here. Another incredible night, and we had some games. You know, we talked about it first couple of weeks. We thought were going to be incredible games. Ended up being blowouts. We had a lot of great ones. They lived up to the billing today.
What was your favorite tonight?
Oh,
if you had to pick one.
Probably Jackson Lumen Christie and Divine Child.
I like it when the little guy kind of takes on the bigger guy and competes and shows well, and I thought Lumen Christie really did that. Herb Brogan's got another really quality team. I don't want to run into them in Division 6 or 7, whatever they end up in this year, because they played the big fellas going into that. But I also was impressed. Some other, you look at what Brighton did in the second half. Because it's not in just second half. After Northville started that game out so well, and that's a big game at home, a lot of pressure. They came back and took things in their own hand and took control of that game and won.
Clarkston looked good again.
Yeah.
Thought they did very well. And then how about East Kentwood? 35 straight, or was it 42 unanswered after giving up the first touchdown? They're looking good. That offense is humming.
And we were saying how points were at a premium. At one time it was like 7-6 and late into the second quarter, and they just opened it up and put their foot to the pedal and never looked back.
Yeah, Coach Ty Spencer said, no, Rob, they are not at a premium, not around here with the Falcons flying high. Hey, hope you can join us right here again on Score next week, as well as the State Champs Network. Our game of the week next week is Macomb, Dakota, taking on Romeo. It should be a good one. It should be a great one, as it always is. Week 6 of the high school football season already coming up, and we will once again take you all across the state of Michigan. For Rob Rubick and our entire crew, my name's Ryan Slocum. Hope to see you again next week right here on State Champs Score.
State Champs Score is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza. Also brought to you by Lawrence Technological University, Alta Equipment Company, Michigan High School Athletic Association, and the Construction Association of Michigan.